And I asked my girlfriends, I'm like, do y'all think I should keep this mohawk or cut it?
Girlfriends.
Yes.
You said that real smooth. Try to sneak that in there real quick. You got the highest.
The highest viewed, even over the host. I have the highest viewed video on their Facebook page. I think I beat him by, I think he was at like 5.6 million.
Yeah.
I'm at 7. Chrissy gonna try and get you. You about to be Troy and Chrissy's next girlfriend. It's just like, yo, you really gonna answer me that fucking question?
We just shine a light where they hide the grave. It's the Kalaj podcast.
But yeah, I don't really have introductions, but I feel like I kind of want to start some level of it, right?
Okay.
So I don't even know. I ain't even planning it. Like, I don't even know what I want to do. Fuck it. Tsunami fly, right?
Yep.
Tsunami fly. Pretty Chrissy. She's not here right now.
Right.
And generally, I start from the beginning, like how I met you. I'll go into that after this, but my whole perspective over your whole career is, you know, local Pittsburgh talent. I won't even say local. I won't disrespect you like that.
It's all good. I tend to replace the word local with underground.
There you go. Underground. Me personally, I wouldn't even say underground simply because I don't interpret your music as like boom bap.
Yeah.
I associate underground more with like boom bap.
Okay.
Where I would look at you more like regional.
Okay.
So we'll say regional,
That's
underground.
a new term.
However, you know, you want to put it, but extremely talented, own studio, businessman, traveling. I see you all the time popping up in different states.
Tired now.
And as far as Facebook is concerned, probably like the pimp of the city, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Look. We're not going to start the interview off like, bro, I'm going through shit now, bro.
Look, we'll get into it a little bit later.
All right, bro.
This just public perception. But yeah, my friend that we've connected, you know, over the years, and I'm definitely a fan of your work. And, you know, recently you had this viral fame and everything on the debut and kind of riding that wave right now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, overall, I would say, you know, just dope, talented individual that's kind of doing your thing, at least from my perspective.
I think you're dope too, bro.
I appreciate it.
You was the first CD that I've heard from Pittsburgh.
Really?
Donna let me use it.
Who?
That used to do Zumba and all that stuff. Deanna.
Oh.
She was like, this is my friend's CD, but I want it back. And I listened, I was like, yo, this dude hard for real. And that's it. I was just starting out.
Whoa.
Oh, God. So you was the first person that I was actually a real fan of. Wow. In the city. Facts.
What CD was it? You remember?
I don't remember. I just remember it was hard.
That had to be a long time ago.
It's like 2000.
Early 2000s.
2009. Because I started in 2008. So it had to be after that. Because I was working at the gym and she used to do Zumba at the same gym I used to work at.
So I met Deanna the same night that I met Sarah. Her and Sarah were friends. Mm-hmm. Jeff's wife.
Okay.
But I met them it was like 2000, 2001. Mm-hmm. And I
don't know how long she had it though, because I could have swore she said it was old, but she just had it and she let me use it. I didn't want to give it back.
Crazy.
I didn't want to.
I feel like I was just telling my wife, like, I'm waiting for the moment when. It's crazy. I just said this like a couple days ago. I was like, I'm waiting for the moment when somebody throw back at me like, yo, this is my first introduction to you. And literally just that's crazy.
And it came from a fan's perspective. It wasn't like I wasn't comparing you, wasn't none of that. It was just like, yo, this dude makes great music. And it's just like, you know.
That's dope as shit. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, definitely. That's love. That's love. So yeah, Tsunami Fly, welcome to the Kalaj Name podcast, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. Let me dive into my first introduction, right? And it's not going to sound beautiful in the beginning. I try to be as honest as possible.
Oh, it ain't supposed to be.
For
it ain't supposed to be.
My introduction to you?
It ain't supposed to be.
I'm going to be honest, to say the least, right? Mm-hmm. So I remember, strictly going off of my memory, you hit me one day, or maybe I hit you, and you was like, bro, you don't remember me? Like, I'm the same dude that hit you some other time, or we spoke about this or something like that. And I'm like, I might have played it off like, yeah, I remember, but I really didn't remember. And from that moment, because I had a super ego, right? And we're talking, I don't know, maybe sometime between 2014 to 2016, 17, like somewhere, maybe a little bit before that, but somewhere in that range. I had a super ego that was like, I've been doing this for so long. I've been in the industry, and people in Pittsburgh kind of had this feeling where, or this way of operating where it's like, if I don't see all your stuff on the internet and, you know, other people ain't telling me, if other people ain't on your nuts, then whatever, I don't really care, whatever that stuff you're talking, I mean. So for me, it was like, y'all not about to disrespect me, like, I'm better than all y'all. So whenever somebody would come to me and say anything, it was like, kneel to the king. I'm the fucking man. So I don't remember the conversation, but I imagine my ego took control. And if it was, I feel like you don't remember, but if it was fucked up in any way, I sincerely apologize.
I think I do remember reaching out at some point because the owner made it to the point that you should reach out to him. So I know just off of the strength of that, I'm pretty sure I reached out to you at some point.
Shout out to Deanna. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're going to see it, but thank you.
I'll make sure she sees it.
But yeah, I sincerely apologize if it came out fucked up or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do it now. So it's like
same thing. We'll get into that more. Let me write that shit down.
Yeah, write that shit down on there.
So I don't forget.
I don't want to sound insensitive, but you know, we're gonna talk about it.
So from there, I started listening to your work, and what I got from it was, this dude is talented as shit. Like,
when back then?
No.
Okay.
It was after that.
Okay.
I don't know how many years, but there's like some gray areas in between.
Yeah.
But there was a point where, at some point, I started listening to your music, and it wasn't reluctant. It was kind of like, oh, it's on there. Just let me listen or whatever. Because I wasn't really listening to niggas' music like that. But I listened to your joint. And it was like, whoa, like you was rapping fast and shit. And I'm like, dude is killing it. So as I'm listening, I think I might have hit you like, yo, who made the beat? And you was like, yo, I did. And, you know, I got my own studio, this and that. And that's when I got it in my mind of like, why isn't this guy way bigger than his peers? And then at some point throughout that process, I want to say it was probably a few years after that is when I hit you. And I can't remember why exactly, but I stopped by and we had like the meeting in your crib in the basement. And I was talking to you and Chrissy. But it was like, let me, in my mind at least, it was like, let me take some of my expertise, you know, some of my education and stuff like that, and kind of shift to see maybe there's something in there that you can gravitate towards or use.
Absolutely. You're the reason why my speakers are the way they are right now.
For real?
Absolutely.
Wow. You changed them so they face the center?
Yep. Facing same level as my ears. Yeah. I changed
it works better now?
Yeah. I mean, you can notice the difference. Like you taught me, because now it's like a lot of people, like you told me, like they don't understand like being in the left side ain't the same as being in the middle, and being on the right side ain't the same as being on the left or the middle. So it's just like, you know, just change your perspective a little bit.
Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea I had that much of an influence. Like even that little bit.
Bro, I take in, bro. This is why, you know, we'll get to that later. But, you know, I take a lot of things personal because I've always been the one that wanted to learn. And I think sometimes people don't give me a chance to learn. But it's people that I feel like should give me that chance instead of like, I would understand if a random motherfucker was like, yeah, you ain't really gonna fuck with me. But, you know, there's a lot of people that I know personally that just didn't really give me the opportunity to grow or tell me I should grow, or, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I kind of had to fend for myself and learn for myself. And the first person that actually really stepped in and helped me with everything was J-Pad. Like J-Pad was one of the first ones that really was like, look, do this, you might want to mix this way, you might want to do boom, 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 boom. And it was like, that was like pretty much the start of when I start changing everything. And then I had to go through a period where it's like I sounded like me to now I'm gonna start playing with my voice like an instrument, so I don't just sound the same all the fucking time on every single track. Because it's like I always knew how to rap. I can always rap fast and all that shit, but I never really sounded like an instrument, and I like now that I sound like an instrument.
Right. I dig that, and I would agree. I would say, not saying that like did I hear a difference because I don't remember your earlier work if I heard it, but when I listen now, I definitely hear like an instrument. I feel like it's still riding that wave of sonically you're different from your peers. Where even post having the meeting, I'd still question like, is there a holdup? Is there a block? Like, what's the reason why this guy hasn't taken off completely from everyone around him?
I would blame that probably 75% on myself. Because, there's a certain hustle you have to have when it comes to this music shit. And it's like, I have the hustle, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot more stuff that I can be doing. But it's just like, for instance, I'm going to use the social media as an example. I'm a 42-year-old man. I be feeling like playing on social media all the time, and I gotta take 50 pictures, and I gotta do this, and I gotta rap this way, then rap on top of the stairs, and rap on top of the refrigerator, then rap on top of the microwave for the same song. And it's just like, I be ready to make a music video and then be done with that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, times changed, and it's like, I'm starting to slowly but surely getting into it. Chrissy's really getting into it because, she got this nails done shit, so we've been trolling people with that and all that stuff. So it's like, we're slowly but surely getting into it, and that debut shit helped out a fucking, like, extra lot. But I feel like nobody's really holding me back. I would call it more as, after the debut, I would call it like mishandled, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Mishandled on your part or?
On other people's part.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't expect nothing from nobody, but to toot my own horn, when I went on a debut and I did the numbers that I did on Facebook and Instagram, it's not even just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of them things which you would think was like, damn, this man might be worth something. Maybe I should jump into it and see what we can work out and maybe make money together or, certain things like that. And it's just like, everybody was definitely like, yo, you're hard as fuck. You're putting on for the bird. You're doing this and you're doing that. But it stopped there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like none of the heavy hitters would be like boom, boom, boom or nothing. It's just like, okay.
I get it.
I grew up with Taylor Gang. So it's like all of the Sledgerns and them, I know all of them. And it's
like literally, like was around them, and
I'm from Hazelwood, bro. So the Sledgerns, the Rad Babies, and the Chevy Woods, all that. I grew up with all of them. So it's like, boom.
Was Wiz a part of that? Did you grow up with him?
No. Wiz is like an extension. Like, you know what I'm saying? We go back like to hooping in the hood and shit like that. Like that's where I know Chevy Woods and all of them from. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was around whenever Chevy Woods and them got their break on fucking, Black and Yellow.
And none of them like reached out like, What about like when they come in town, you get like backstage passes, ticket, phone call, text, nothing?
We wasn't super tight, but I feel like we was tight enough. You know what I'm saying? To give it the fact that, I went on tour with them, you know what I'm saying? And it was, courtesy of my man Mike, because my man Mike was like, bro, I've always watched you and I've always felt like your music is crazy. And, he was like really tight with Will and them. So he's like, bro, if I can get these tickets, are you coming? The backstage passes. So we rented a van, like 9 of us in a van, and we out, you know what I'm saying? Couple producers in the van. And now, don't get me wrong, I do work with Freeze a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Don Lito. But other than that, Sledgerin told me he wanted to work with me. We still haven't done it yet. Rad Baby just really started to get his feet set as far as the producer thing with them. And I haven't been waiting, but it's like one of them things where it's just like, I'm here. I troll them a little bit. I'll steal a beat off of them every once in a while and fucking destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like one of them things where it's just like,
as you should.
It's like, I'm not going to say they're playing with me, but I feel like people was playing with me.
Right.
And it's like at the end of the day, I'm confident to go in there and be like, yeah, I don't think anybody today will rip a Sledger and beat like I can rip one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'll do it in like 45 minutes and then move on with my life. But it's just like one of them things where it's just like, I feel like I'm mishandled.
So, grew up with Taylor Gang. Matter of fact, let's start there. Grew up with Taylor Gang. What was your start in music? Like, what was your introduction to say, I want to make music?
I was working and I didn't like the job.
How old was you?
26.
Damn. So that was, wait, you 2 years younger than me. So
2008, I think is when I started.
Yeah, it's around that time. Wow, that was wild. So that was around the time when Deanna gave you the...
That's exactly, yeah.
Wow.
So you was like my first introduction. It was just like one of them things, Say Yeah had just came out.
Okay.
And that was a heavy influence because it's like, okay, if somebody from Pittsburgh can do it, maybe other people can, because that was my first introduction to Pittsburgh. Somebody from Pittsburgh making music for real.
Right.
So then he came, and then it was just like, I don't know, I just started trying to freestyle. I just started trying shit. Like, I picked it up. I picked it up cold turkey. Like, I just didn't know nothing about music at all. It was just like,
right.
I asked my baby's mom to pick me up like one of them headset mics from Walmart when she was up there. And I hooked that up to the computer. I found a music recording program. Yeah. Shout out to Magic Music Maker because I still use that motherfucker. But, it's pretty much started there. Like, I just looked at something to whereas, damn, maybe somebody else can make it out. So, you know what I'm saying?
So it was more of a money thing. Like, in the beginning, was there like a art aspect or wanting to create? Or was it just like, I need to do this to make money?
It was literally just trying to do something different, but in a huge aspect of my life. Like, it was just like I wanted to go big with the next thing go big. It's like my passion for music grew later. It was just one of them things I was more like, damn, I can actually rap low key. So it was just like, just gonna keep rapping and taught myself how to make beats and taught myself how to record all that shit.
Bro, this is a side note. When I drop this Bus Crates interview, make sure you watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm telling
you. You gonna love it. There's so much. I'm finding the cohesion in between every podcast where it's like this person can benefit from that person can benefit from this. Almost to the point where I want to bring everybody in, like all of us have a conversation together. I don't know how realistic it is. Like some people super busy and shit like that.
Time. As long as it's scheduled, I can find time.
At the very least, though, having everybody watch each other's stuff or not, but I feel like we definitely, learn from and shit. So you're making music simply to make some money, get the art.
I was actually like, I don't want to say I was making music to make money. Eventually, I thought the money might come, but I just thought it was cool. Like, it was like, me and my cousins, and like now I'm with my cousins, and it's like we're linking up like almost every day and just rapping in the room and just.
So, do you ever, or have you ever, like when I first started out, there was the feeling of almost like butterflies whenever, whether it was me or somebody else, but if there was a dope ass song that like somebody made, that I knew they made it, whether it was me or whoever, and I listened to it, like literally butterflies in my stomach, like, yo, that's hard. Like we would play the same song all night long.
My cousin Moore had a song called Watch Out Now that we did. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever for real. Yeah. I always thought I was cool. My cousin Moore always knew how to rap. I thought I was butt at the beginning because, my beat sounded like, it's like some weird shit for real. Yeah. It's like my cousin Moore always knew how to rap because the motherfuckers rapped. He grew up with like Taylor Gang. So he was closer down at the bottom of the hill with them whenever he moved from up top. So, you know what I'm saying? He was a rapper. Chrissy always was in music. I started cold turkey. So it was just like, I had to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to teach myself something and then become good at it as opposed to just being exposed to it and then learning from from being exposed to it.
So were they like additional influences?
My cousin Moore is always an influence because he was always the one that could tell me like, yo, cuz, you got it, Cuddy. You can actually rap, Cuddy. And he was the first person I actually showed it to. Outside of like, my BM and, because she was in the house with me type shit. But outside of the house, it was my cousin Moore and then my mom. So it's like, my cousin Moore was like, yo, Ski, you actually got something here. So then we kind of just went from there.
So at what point did you actually turn it into a career? Like actually decide, okay, I'm going to make records and press them or distribute, stream, upload?
I want to say probably when we started taking trips. Because I entered this contest think it was called Making the Next Hit, if I'm not mistaken. And I kept on getting to the next rounds and getting to the next rounds. And then the last round we got to, it was like the Atlanta. So we went to Kentucky and we did the recording stage where we went in the booth, made the music right then and there, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up going from that stage to like, everything's always like a ploy. Like, oh yeah, get your people to vote. It's like at that point I'm checked out. You know what I'm saying? This was a great experience, but it is what it is. So it's like, we still took the trips though. So it was like, yeah, everybody that was part of the contest to see who won come to Atlanta. So we all drove down to Atlanta. My boys, Jeep Cherokee, we all hopped in there. It was like 5 deep with a whole bunch of luggage in the back. Yeah. Drove down to Atlanta and we was just like, this contest is cool, but let's explore. So we just start going to the clubs and start venturing. It was just like one of them things that's like kind of like moving around, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's when it started off with the traveling shit. It was like, once I started traveling, it was like one of them things where it's just like, I like traveling. I like going outside. I like this. I like other people's cities and different things like that. So it was like, we went to Atlanta like 3 times in 1 year.
I definitely want to keep going with like earlier career stuff, but just to speak on your traveling, that is something that a lot, if not most artists in the city just don't have. Yeah. And I knew you traveled. The funniest shit, I don't know if you seen my comment when you posted that you was in Connecticut.
Yeah, I seen that.
So I looked at the date, like when you posted it, and I think that week, it was a couple weeks ago, but I had left Sunday morning. Yeah. We were staying in Hartsfield. Okay. And I looked at the picture and you was posting about a restaurant or something like that.
I forget what it was called.
It looked like the restaurant that I was in, but I wasn't sure.
I forget what it was called, but it was really good and it wasn't super expensive. But it looked like it should be expensive because it was called like a bar and grill. Yeah. But we walk inside and there's all these nice lights and shit. Like, I'm like, yeah. Man, this don't look like this is gonna be cheap. You know what I'm saying? So, the waiter come with the little, you want some water? I'm like, man, they about to wax this, man.
The place I was at, I got fish and chips. Okay. Shit was real good. They had like seafood and burgers and shit like that. But yeah, it just kind of blew my mind to see, like, man, like my bro really be traveling.
We was in Rhode Island the night before that. And we be out.
So, all right. Traveling all around, and when you spoke about the traveling to be a part of the competition stuff, immediately I'm thinking like, America's Got Talent, American Idol type shit. Yeah. Like, is that your thing? Because that kind of corresponds with like the debut. Like, are you just entering contests?
The debu's not a contest, it's just a platform.
You just go on there and just perform.
You just go on there and perform. You pay the fee, you go on there and you perform. It's one of this, don't get me wrong, because there'd be some flops on there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to just think that they're going to go on there and just blow up because it really does not work like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them things where it's just like, they barely charge anything.
And they just put you in front of their audience.
Put you in front of the audience.
That is a brilliant
and they
strategy.
Clip after clip, they put you on their YouTube. So it's like, so you could wake up and you can see yourself in their story 3 more times just because they're promoting your clip and different things like that. So it's like one of them things where it's just like, it got serious for real. Because it's like, now I'm in Rhode Island. And the person that I'm with is like, look, my man is on. He's like, oh, I seen that shit yesterday. And it's just like, motherfuckers is really seeing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that was a big eye opener. It's just like, a lot of people. I just went to the gym the other day and like 3 people stopped me in the gym and it's just like, yo, keep doing your thing for Pittsburgh, bro. We see you type shit. It's just like, it's a big eye opener for real.
Wow, that's crazy. Is that a thing though? Like the competition or not?
I'm usually always competing.
Okay.
I always compete. Music is a competition to me. It always has been. I feel like that's when I got better, to be honest with you. Once I start seeing it as a competition, that's when I got better because, whenever Frat Gang had broke up, a couple of their members came over to my studio. And the one dude that pretty much stuck around, his name is Benji. We ended up making song after song. And it's just like...
Is that the one that does the...
10 God.
The 10? Yeah. Okay.
And it's like, I'm like, yo, he's not chewing me on these tracks. And he would think the same thing. Like, so we would literally go back and forth chewing each other on tracks. Yeah. And it kind of like, that's when I started evolving for real.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. I mean, Like I would start with I don't know if you ever heard of them, probably not, but like Bad Seeds. Bad Seeds was, from my perspective, one of the first groups locally to have an album in like store, like the real National Record Mart, Sam Goody. And their members of Bad Seeds were like close, because I had a lot of family out in New Ken. So they were like,
that's where Chrissy's from
New Kensington. So the members were really close to like me and my family and stuff like that. Well, come to find out, Lonnie, one of the members, was really close to my family.
Okay.
So early on in way before my career, early on, I had to be about 15, 16. I'm in the room, they all smoking, I'm like writing lyrics and, you know, trying to freestyle with them. But that moment like made me sharper.
Yeah.
He was way better than me, and he's like, nah, change that to this and say it like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like definitely help chisel me into a better writer and a better artist.
That's what's up, because I feel like that's what I was missing at the beginning. I didn't really have that. We was just all just rapping because we thought it was cool, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, it had like no OGs to help you, point you in the right direction.
Nope.
And Lonnie, for the audience, Scandal. I know there's probably some people from New Ken that's going to see this like, oh, he talking about Scandal. Yeah, Scandal. Wow, that's dope as shit. So I seen on your Facebook that you were doing a tour, or you did a tour or something like that. Are you?
I just set up Chrissy and an artist named Nia Bands. Shout out to Nia Bands. Her and Chrissy just made this. You know, Chrissy had the song "Get Litty, Get Litty, Get Litty," and that shit been going dumb.
Yeah.
So it was like she always had a bridge. She only had a bridge for the second verse. So you know, she has a couple remixes with a couple people. But I seen Nia Bands perform at Elegance a couple times. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? She has a different crowd than Chrissy. Then I was like, I feel like they would complement each other really well. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke with Chrissy about it. I was like, look, I've been eyeing this girl at Nia Bands. I was like, how would you feel if she hopped on a remix? She was like, I don't care. I fuck with her music. Let's see what works. And I sent Nia Bands the open verse. She came the same day to record it. And then now they started performing it. So it's like, you know, Chrissy pretty much performs on a lot of baddie shit situations that happens in like our area. Yeah. So I think it was Anna Mac. It was either Anna Mac or Tasiki came. And they performed it. And I was like, you know, you start seeing dollar signs in your eye, like, these two together might be able to make some noise for real. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Chrissy already got her fan base and all of that. And Nia got her fan base. But the way they complement each other is just like, it's almost like you're bringing an OG around the youngins. So it's like, yeah, they've been making noise. Every time they perform it, it goes up. So it's like, boom. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of things going on. We're going to include Nia Bands on there. You know what I'm saying? So let's just see what we can get cracking. So it's like, we got the couple things coming up in Pittsburgh. And then the celebrity boxing is probably like the biggest deal.
I ain't even right. I completely forget. Oh,
the celebrity boxing is probably the biggest deal because Krishan is fighting some girl. I don't really know who she is, but shout out to the girl she's fighting because you got picked between a lot of people that submitted. But Krishan from Baddies and her other things with Blueface, she's about to fight the chick at a celebrity boxing match in Philly. So we're already like in, but now we're trying to negotiate how we're going to perform and how we're going to do that. Even I told him, like, bro, if we need to kick up a couple, like, this is kind of an important situation that I don't want them to miss out on. And given the fact that it's a girl headlining act, I'm trying to get them both incorporated in that. But it's like, a lot of people don't know that, like, there's a lot of money behind this at celebrity boxing shit. It's a lot of money. You figure they do it professional, so you have to go through the commission, and it's in Philly, so you got to go through the commission and all this shit. It's not a cheap situation. So it's like, we're just trying to work around it and see what magic I can pull. I got a couple of people helping me, so we're going to get something situated. But other than that, you know, shout out to Josh. Josh pretty much, like, me and Josh have, like, a barter system going on right now. So it's like, you know, he'll just throw Chrissy on anything that he does. Any baddie situation, anything that he does, he'll just throw us on there. And I might help him out with, like, a flyers or help him promote it and just doing different things like that. Right. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that I know. I got somebody just hit me up when I'm sitting here trying to see what's up with a Trinidad James situation over in, I think it's Lehigh, Pennsylvania, which I don't like them because they pulled me over and they're fucking dickheads.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's right past Harrisburg. It's probably like 45 minutes past Harrisburg. Horrible.
Yeah, I don't.
Do not go out there. They hide in the bushes.
Bro, listen. And this audience, anybody, I do not mess with Central PA outside of the major places.
No, don't.
If you black, stay out of Central PA outside of the major areas. So, Penn State School, stay on campus.
My brother got damned up there.
Yeah.
Going right through there.
Harrisburg, stay in Harrisburg.
Once you go past Harrisburg, I don't even want to do it. If I can avoid the turnpike, I'll take 22 all the way down PA if I can.
Bro, and you know, quick side note, rabbit hole. We filmed a movie out there. I worked with some guys, and it was an independent film where the director or the guy that was shooting the movie, he like somehow rented somebody's like house mansion off of him. That was in Central PA. We went in. It was all slave stuff. Well, I forgot what it's called. What's the little characters with like the big lips and the man,
Don't get me the line.
I can't think of the name of it, but it was everywhere. Like all the original slave toys and stuff. Like they was collectors or something. I'm like, yo, this is wild.
Y'all made it out?
Yeah. Like the owner of the house, he came and stuff like that, and he's like, he basically, I wouldn't say he apologized, but he sounded a little bit sensitive, like, oh, those are just old collector, whatever. And we like, yeah.
So how do you talk yourself out of that?
Like me or him?
Him.
Oh, that. It was literally the only black people there was me and my bro, Alan Lee.
Yeah.
Me and him, we was the only ones there that was black. And him, he's kind of comfortable in that environment. I'm looking around like, bro, I think maybe we should get the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no.
But yeah, that
I'm glad you're still here, my brother.
Right? Thank you. I appreciate that. So, okay, where I was going with the tour stuff, again, on this whole, like, Tsunami fly, like, literally flies or drives, whatever, but you traveling everywhere.
Yeah, we don't stop.
Where did that start from? Did it start from that
It started
moment?
with the Atlanta trips, and then, I'm connect driven. So whenever I'm in a building, I figure out who I need to know or who I think I need to know. And I make sure I somehow, some way connect with them people.
So you network.
Yeah, my network is crazy, for real. My network is crazy. And it got to the point that, like, Chrissy was getting close. Like, I felt like Chrissy was getting close. Because it was getting to the point that we would do a show, and then people would book her to pay her to come out New York. And then we're going back and forth from New York to Atlanta and all that. But she's already 4 months pregnant when we're doing this. So it was like one of them situations that we had to stop.
Yeah.
And then one of the promoters died, RIP to 80 the General, because she put us on. We went down Florida and did fucking Orlando. We did Tampa first, then we drove down to Miami Beach, and then we drove back up to Orlando. We had our fan van tour, or little tour van type shit. Right. So shout out to her, because she just put us on there just off Chrissy's hard. Come on down. And we met a lot of dope people, and we met more people that we still cool with today. It's just like, my network is pretty decent.
Okay. So, got to traveling. We got Troy's a rapper, right? And you said J-Pad helped you a lot. Is he the one that helped you, like, understand how to put together songs and stuff? He
helped me to understand how to broaden my ear as to where they're supposed to sound like.
Like engineering?
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. Like, the engineering standpoint of things came a long way with him. I already knew how to structure songs, hook, verse. I already knew all of that.
Just like copying off.
But it just came down with the sounds. And then one of the another engineer, I forget what his name was, but he was like, yeah, I feel like you need to I feel like your vocals need more compression. So then I started doing research on compression, because a lot of engineers don't really understand compression, but it's like something that I feel like you should learn, because it helps out a lot with EQ, and it helps out a lot. It helps out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you could turn that knob and it will sit it right where it needs to sit at.
You know what? After this, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you ever seen it before, but like probably one of the biggest things that helped me being an audio engineer is like a little cheat sheet. It basically describes how everything sounds. You seen it before?
I heard of it, yeah.
Yo, it is the most wonderful thing that any engineer can have. Like, especially if you're the type of person that likes to learn and like experiment and stuff, where what I would do like spanning the frequencies. So
Yeah.
like turn one all the way up and just
Yeah.
go back and forth.
Yeah.
If you follow that sheet while you do that,
Mm-hmm.
eventually, if you do it enough, your ears are so trained that you could just listen to anything and know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's how, like, when I walked in your studio and I'm listening,
Yeah.
like my ears, even now, and I haven't engineered a song in like years.
It be like that.
It's just tough.
It be like that.
Yeah. Anything I listen to now, I can tell like most stuff is like, turn that shit off. But okay, we got Troy knows how to make songs now. Troy has this interest in traveling and everything like that, right? Was there a point where you said, okay, I'm going to like work with local artists, or I'm going to start featuring people?
I've always been a builder. So I'm one of them types that if I run along somebody and I think they're cool, and that their music could be like half decent, but you know, that's something we can work on. I'm like, I always refer to my situation like Fast and Furious. You know, Dominic Toretto would meet people and just bring them in, open the door, come eat, come relax, come if you need somewhere to sleep, type that. So it's like, I've always had like an open door concept. It's starting to close now, but you know what I'm saying? I've gotten burnt a lot, bro. But
I believe it.
I've always had an open door concept. Bro, I'm going through shit right now with people. It's just ridiculous.
I 100% believe
It's just ridiculous. And for it to be, on my standpoint, it's utterly ridiculous. Because it's like you put in Tsunami Fly and use someone in the same category.
I seen you post
It's crazy.
I've seen that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. And it's usually always woman related. Because I just started working with Nia Bands. She's not officially signed with us, but we started working with Nia Bands a little bit. Right. And as soon as we posted the flyer, people's hitting her up. People's doing this. Watch them. Oh, you know they're going to try and fuck you. And you know they use people. Like, how can the ones, and I'm saying this, and I'm tooting my own horn, how is the ones that have everything, how can they use anybody?
Right.
We have everything. We don't need nobody for beats. We don't need nobody for studio. We don't need nobody for their connections. Right. 9 times out of 10, if we're going anywhere, me and Chrissy's paying for the whole situation.
To add context, I don't know if we mentioned it yet. Chrissy is your wife.
Yes.
And you mentioned something very, very relevant to the story. Let's backpedal a little bit. You have everything.
Yeah.
What made you want to start going out buying equipment for your own studio?
Because I'm cheap.
That's real.
Absolutely.
That's real.
I've always been a cheapskate. If I could do it, that's why I fix cars. Because I didn't want to pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah. So was it like learn how to do it as you go? Just kind of like buy it and figure it out? Or did you see someone, like did somebody say, hey, buy this? Or
I do my research and I turn off. That's it. Same thing with cars. I do my research and I grab a wrench and I start taking shit apart. And
so the studio in your house, you built that? And that was same thing? Like, I'm cheap. I want to figure it out.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna build it.
Yeah.
So now,
if I build it, I can make it the way I want to make it.
Right.
So I don't know how to work on houses, but now I do.
I think that is one of the reasons why I appreciate you so much. We're very similar in that fact.
Yeah.
Like with me, so always been relatively cheap. I don't really like to call it cheap.
I would call it cheap. I used to call myself no, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm very cheap, bro. I don't like to spend money on shit I like to spend, and I'm horrible with money. Yeah. So don't think that I swear to God, I'll buy a car part right now for my car to go faster, and I don't care. But my bills are still paid. Right. But I'll frivolously spend. Yeah. Like I'm horrible when it comes to money.
I'm the same way. I think I was like 20 and I needed my brakes changed. I took my ride to my homie. And my homie was like, give me $20. And as long as you do it with me, that's all you got to do. Like, you ain't got to pay me no more. Shit, all right. Gave him $20, helped him. From that point on, worked on my own vehicles. All the way to the point, I think 2014, I rebuilt the engine in front of my house. Mind you, this is like 2014? Yeah, this is pre-like YouTube University. Yeah. So that's literally had a Haynes repair manual.
Best ever created.
Right? And like my bro told me, he was like, get all your screws, get Ziploc bags or like a piece of cardboard to sickle them in.
So you want to know how reckless I am? I don't do that. Nope. I'd be like,
just trying to nah.
And I think this goes to the housing of the transmission.
Bro, for pulling an engine apart, and I know you know this on aluminum, the aluminum block, if you a quarter of an inch, an eighth of an inch off, and you try to jam that joint in, your thread, it's a wrap.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten lucky. I did try to rebuild the engine on my RX-8. I don't think the bolts was torqued down correctly because it did blow on me. I got lazy, bro. I was like, I'm just going to spend this bread. And I bought the transmission on the engine. And the engine only had like 60,000 miles.
You put it in yourself?
Fuck yeah, I put that shit in myself. So, boom, it came off the truck. And I'm like, it was like March. Still a little bit cold. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm putting this. My car been sitting for 2 years. I put that shit back together. That's the car I got outside.
Wow.
That loud joint you heard me pull up in.
Yeah.
I don't play around, bro. If I ain't got to spend the money, I ain't doing it, bro. I'll grab a wrench. I'll go buy a saw. I'll do it myself. I'll do, no. My man Dunna, shout out to Dunna. He helps me with my house. Because it's like some things I'm not really that confident with, you know, because, you know, you get scared, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, about to put my fucking furnace in, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that people have to be certified to touch shit in people's houses.
Bro, I'm the same way. I
started taking that shit apart. I called him. He came in. He's like, bruh, I don't even know why you called me. You're almost done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'll teach myself to do something. And that's why I have a problem with excuses. I hate excuses. Because it's like, you can literally teach yourself how to do anything. And it doesn't even have to be at the maximal level capacity. You know what I'm saying? But you can teach yourself how to do it. So all about you using an excuse of, I don't know how to, or I hate that shit, bro.
I'm going to give you some pushback on this. And this is mostly because the conversations that I've had in here so far, and even with my wife, a few other people, and the general consensus that I've come to is, so in life, there's this concept, just in general, of practice makes perfect, right? Anything that you do, if you do it consistent, you know, often enough, put enough hours into it, you become good at it, right? Some people are really good at learning. Yeah. Like some people are so, like the first time or earlier years in your life, at some point in time, you had a general curiosity that drove you to read more into something or to take something apart or to understand something more. And you fed that curiosity over and over and over and over. So you have a professional master class in learning and overcoming. Yeah. Whereas there's some people that never had that curiosity and never had that situation or circumstance. So, and I don't know if you've seen Carlin. Matter of fact, you said you've seen it too. I was talking to Carlin about this when I explained. I was like, people like him and I are superheroes. Yeah. And I consider like the gifts that you had the same thing. I consider it more gifts where we're able to literally just, you know, put your mind to it, throw it together. Yeah. Like I told a few people, like these table legs, I made these table legs.
Congratulations. I looked at them 4 times.
Thank you.
I did. It's a nice table.
I appreciate that. But
nice texture too.
I put my mind to it. It was like, you know, I need it kind of cheap. I don't want to buy a new table.
I almost did
the right height.
I almost did that because we just built a studio at a nightclub. We just built a studio there. And we're on Marketplace looking for tables, and I'm just like, man, I'm about to just build my own fucking table.
You know what? We gonna get in that in a second. I was just thinking about that too. I'm glad you reminded me. New studio. But so yeah, the whole idea is we're good at fucking overcoming and learning. You know, learning how to do something. Some people just not good at it.
I agree with that, but a lot of people. Now, don't get mad at me when I say this. A lot of people that ain't great at learning, they're great bullshitters.
Yes.
So some people do get bad on bullshit. You just gotta know how to bullshit your way through some shit. There's motherfuckers that make songs on GarageBand on their cell phone.
But that it same conversation. They've done it for so long. That's what they're good at. They're a master at it.
And I feel like, I don't know. Just like I posted on Tony Pittsburgh's because he didn't like my comment. He didn't agree with it. But I said, like, there's a difference between lions and sheep. It's like one of them things where it's just like, it's not like we're competing to work at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
We're not competing to work at McDonald's. We're competing to make probably the most money that anybody will ever see in their fucking life.
What you mean?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for instance, right? Me, the thing that drives me the most is I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not the culture, it's not none of that. I know that if I do good in this profession, it can take care of my family for years to come.
Right.
I want family independence. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do any job that they don't want to do to make money for them or their family. Right. That's why I do this. So it's like, in turn, you look at a lot of people, and my biggest analogy is, how easy is it really supposed to be to become a millionaire? So you have this thing called the music industry. And 9 times out of 10, if you're doing well in the music industry and you know your way around the music industry, you could become a millionaire. But how easy is it supposed to be to do that? It's supposed to be hard.
Right.
So it's like, some people fall off. Some people ain't strong enough. Just like you said, some people can't learn. But there's people like me that'll be like, look, I'm not going to settle for anything other than success. And I'll overcome a lot of things, and I'll teach myself how to do things because I know what the payout at the end can be. Whereas a lot of people, they just see what the payout could be, but they don't want to apply themselves to get in there.
You know what? I'm not going to say you're wrong, simply because I had the same exact train of thought at some point in my life. And that's not to say, oh, I'm better not now. It just, I seen it from the same perspective.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me, that was in the industry, was a producer for Bad Boy. He told me, when I basically gave him that same perspective, that I'll probably never make it because I'm too smart.
It's funny you said that, because I sometimes I go in and out of that, because I don't know. I feel like sometimes being too smart can be your kryptonite.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of what I'm going through now, just with just the little things that I'm just seeing with some of my peers. Like, I'm just starting to see that it's just like,
you know what it is? It's too smart, but it's a combination of things. So when you're highly intelligent, when you're just generally a caring and compassionate person, and also when you have ego, when those 3 things combine, that's like the ultimate killer.
Yeah, the messed up part about it is my ego don't really get that intertwined in that. You know what I'm saying? I like to be out the way. I'm not one of those types. I don't like to brag, because I don't want to brag because, it could be one of those things where I could be like, yeah, I got 3 cars and I got 5 bathrooms and 3. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't got that.
Well, no. So when I say ego, I don't mean like that. I mean like, if you're trying to run
You mean like inner ego, like.
Well, no. Like, if you're trying to run a business or something, let's say you're working with 2 people, when you get emotionally attached to money, to something within your goals that has no real evidence behind it or anything, you just want it that way because you want it that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ego that prevents you from excelling. So if it's like, I don't want to perform here because of whatever, or I don't want to make the song like that because I don't like it, I'm not going to feature with him because of this. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever you tie your emotions and whenever your ego gets in the way, even on the smallest level, that. And then when you get emotional and you're extremely compassionate about your work and people in general, is when you invite people into your situation and, come on, help. You can pass out flyers, and they don't know what the fuck they doing. They done ruined $400 of your money, and, people's over in your studio smoking, spilling drinks in your piano and stuff because, you wanted all your homies to come in and shit like that. Like, I've experienced all of that shit.
You know what? Somebody does owe me a keyboard. No, I'm texting her as soon as we leave. And because he definitely spilled a drink on my motherfucking keyboard.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right? But yeah, I can definitely relate to the wanting $1 million. And don't take this the wrong way. What I tell everyone is, especially now, from what I understand in the music industry, first of all, and I'm sure you're aware of this already, it's not really the music industry anymore. It's more like you got to sell yourself. without that, it's kind of like playing the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
Where, and I don't think you fall into this as much as other people because you're more of like a doer that's going to find your lane, your avenue, even if that means a bunch of side hustles, shifting to some other portion of business or whatever, you'll make it happen. But other people that are rapping and just, putting out their videos, trying to blow up off, going viral and shit like that, basically
man, I'm like, just from this little bit, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. And it's just like, it's so hard. Like, it's difficult. It's like, even to go viral, it's just like, how do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, from my perspective, there's no real science. Now, if you're like one of them people, like the streaming motherfuckers and all that, once you trip the algorithm, you're in the algorithm. So you pretty much play around and do what you want. But it's just like, coming from a perspective of someone who's never went viral, it's like...
You went viral once.
Went viral.
At least?
I would say like an accumulative of like 3 times maybe.
Nationally?
I mean, would you...
We'll say over 500,000 views.
Yeah, I did that 3 times.
Okay.
So, but it was like, one time was the same video. The first video that I went on the debut, that did 7 million. It's sitting at 7 million right now on Facebook, and it's at 1.7 on their Instagram.
Okay.
The second video I did, that's at 430,000 on their Facebook. Their Instagram did okay, but I don't know, for some reason, I transcend on Facebook. Like, my shit goes dumb on Facebook over Instagram.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the last video I did... I mean, we can talk about it, but we don't really... we can talk about it, but it's just like... I don't know. I'm kind of upset about the last one.
It's more debut type shit? Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. We're going to keep the flow. Try not to jump around too much.
That's the juice. You can write that down in your notes. That's the juice. That's when it gets juicy, bro. But it's just like one of them things that's just like, I don't know. It's like, that was a huge eye-opener for me. And it's just like, I kind of changed. Like, my perspective was already changed because me and my wife had just had a conversation where we was like, all right, it's time to find the next big thing. What's the next big thing we can do? I was like, I need to go viral. And I literally said that to myself. I need to go viral. And, we're doing our research, and Chrissy came, we watched the debut, and she was like, DM'd them. It was like, yeah, send this half now, and send the half, boom, boom, boom. She was like, well, do you have 2 of them? They was like, yeah, we have 2, boom. So she sends the deposit for everything, like, boom. So we go down there. I ain't gonna lie, I'm woman driven, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, yeah, Chrissy's a woman. She's automatically gonna shit on me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be looking, because I know a lot of women, they doing their thing right now. Like, shout out to the women, they out there, they're doing their thing right now. See, I'm thinking Chrissy gonna go down to the debut and be like, because Chrissy can rap her fucking ass off and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the results came back, and it was just like, her shit did okay, and then my shit just did something stupid. And it was just like, hold the fuck up. Just went dumb. I'm like, shit, this is different. Start feeling that I was shaking and everything, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'm shaking. Like, I'm making phone calls. I'm like, Mom, like, it's at 1.8 million and it just keeps going up. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like one of them situations. So it was just like,
yeah, wow.
It gets deep. It's deep, bro. But it changed my perspective, because it's like, I don't know. It makes you want to prepare better. Because, like I said, I was just going down there to try something different. I didn't know that was going to be the results. Or I would have been better prepared for it. I didn't know that was going to be the results. Like, who? All right, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. On the debut site, if you go through their videos, I think before my video dropped, I Googled how many artists been on a debut. And I think it said like maybe like somewhere around like 200-300 artists, different things. So it's like, how would I know that I would go down there and have the highest viewed video on their Facebook? How could I ever know that?
You got the highest,
the highest viewed, even over the host. I have the highest viewed video on their Facebook page. I think I beat him by, I think he was at like 5.6 million.
Yeah.
I'm at 7.
Wow.
I never imagined that was going to happen, especially the song I took down there. I wasn't ready to promote that song yet. I just thought I could rap But go down there and rap this song, people might fuck with it, but it ain't gonna lead to nothing like super crazy.
So, hold up. There's definitely more questions I got about the debut. The song, though. Matter of fact, let's start at the beginning, song-wise. Beat making.
Mm-hmm.
You make your own beats.
Most of them.
What got you into that? JPEG?
Being cheap.
What got you good at that?
Shout out to Cooksy. Her name is Tia. I always could make beats, but I was more of an arranger. It's like I download the program, they give you 1 million sounds, and you can just put them where you want them to be at. Boom, boom, boom. Got a beat. We would rap on them.
Right.
So then I started, I wanted to rap over other people's beats. So shout out to Railsy as well, because Railsy was the first outside camp beat that I rapped on. And then Cooksy, I came across her on Facebook, and I went, because I ain't gonna lie, I downloaded FL Studio. Mm-hmm. I looked at it, and I said, nope, and I deleted it. I swear to God, I deleted that shit.
Wow.
I was like, it was just a little complicated. I didn't want to do it at that moment. At that moment, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, cool. So I went over her house, and she was finishing up some beats that I had purchased off of her, and I'm watching her rap. Going, all right. Went right back home, and I ain't never stopped since.
Yeah.
So it was like, she got me really in the FL Studio.
Okay. So trying to build this picture up. One like Voltron, one segment at a time, right?
It's a lot.
Rapper, producer, right? Making beats. And like we said, we left off it. You took this song to the debut. What got you to the point to where you're like, okay, I made this beat. I'm writing these lyrics. This is the song. This song is good, and I want to perform it at the debut.
I think it was more or less the lyrics, because I wanted something, the song's called It's Personal. So I know a lot of people say you shouldn't work off of that, but a lot of the shit that I do is personal. Like, I take everything personal, whether I want to or not. It's like one of them things where it's just like, when you look at the life that you lived, your whole entire life, and, sometimes you get shut out. Sometimes things happen, and I take everything personal. Like, I have no choice. Did you see my post that I made on Facebook the other day? When I said, it's easy for the person that owns a company to say it's business. Don't take it personal. Yeah. But the person that's always the one getting the shit into the stick, they always take it personal.
Right.
So it's like one of them things where I've always gotten the shit into the stick, no matter how good of a person and everything, I've always gotten the shit into the stick. So that's when I made the song. And it's like the first lyrics is work really hard, but still no respect for me, feeling like people neglected me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I knew it was going to be a heavy hitting song, but I didn't know it was going to do what it did.
Do you think it was just purely the appreciation of the song that contributed to it going viral?
I think it was the fact. I think their thing worked out really good. Their headline worked really good. Mm-hmm. I think the the way we bounced off of each other, because I had a game plan. And he didn't let me get through my game plan, but it still worked out, because I was going to nerd the fuck out of him when I got on that stage. Like, nerd, I wore the suspenders with the glass. I was going to nerd the fuck out of him. Yeah. And it was like one of them things where I walked out, and he was like, how you doing? I was like, hey, brother. And he was like, it was almost like he looked at me like, don't start your shit. And it kind of threw me off, but then he started asking me other questions about the wife and all that shit. So that kind of helped out. So it was like, I feel like it was more my interview that sold that. So it's like everybody's hearing me talk the way I am, and then I step in and I work really hard, but still no respect for me, feeling like people neglected me. And now people was like, oh, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that's really what happened. I think it was more the way I walked out and what I looked like, as opposed to what I sounded like once the music came on.
Right.
Kind of fucked them up for real.
Okay. So that helps us transition to the next topic, the troll. Mm-hmm. That, from my perspective, just like, does things just to get a rise out of people. Absolutely. So, I mean, in that example, we got, the nerd. From my experience, it was Troy for the longest, Tsunami flying, then dude with the hawk. Yeah. It's like my beat. That's my producer alter ego. My first name was Fly Guy. Hated it. Yeah, Fly Guy. Trash. Forgot that part. That name was trash. So, was there an element to the hawk? Was there an element to that was just like attention grabbing because no one else is doing it, like standing? You want to know where the hawk came from? I got bored, and I cut my own hair.
So I've always forgot to leave the mohawk in the middle when I cut it because I've always wanted to do it. I just kept forgetting. And I remembered to do it one day. And I asked my girlfriends, I'm like, do y'all think I should keep this mohawk or cut it?
Girlfriends.
Yes.
You said that real smooth. Try to sneak that in there real quick.
Because I already know. Go ahead. Write it down in your notes because I already know we were going with that.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
I asked them, I said, do you think I should keep the mohawk? And they said, yeah. And it kind of became a staple to my look. It was definitely an attention grabber because, you know, a lot of people don't walk around with the in the middle mohawk. You know, everybody was doing that P. Diddy mohawk at the temple type shit. You know what I'm saying? Mine was right in the middle the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that kind of like got a lot of attention. And then I got tired of the name Fly Guy. I was like, that's how you can tell I cold turkey started to rap because I got my name from my Xbox gamer tag. Like I had no direction at all. I was just ad-libbing.
But when you were going by Fly Guy, isn't that when you like first started like your team and
yes, that's
working
the
with people and
very
stuff?
beginning.
I remember you was working with was it Tatiana? Is that her name?
Who? My brother's ex-girlfriend?
I don't know.
Yeah, Tati, Miss Blaze.
Yeah, she kind of like family to me.
That's what's up.
Now.
Yeah.
Her cousin and my cousin, basically we share a cousin in common.
I got you. Yeah.
But yeah, I knew her for a while actually. I met her for the first time selling my CDs. I sold her a CD downtown.
Okay.
But I seen her and she was, I don't know if she was rapping, what she was doing with you, but I seen the name Fly Guy.
Yeah, she was like a day two. She's a day tour.
What you mean?
Like, you know, my day ones was my cousins.
Oh, okay.
And then when we transitioned to the people, like my brother started dating her. So he was Blaze, she was Miss Blaze.
Okay.
And she started riding like, all right, you know, this thing might work out type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you was going by Fly Guy, still fresh in the game, trying to put a team together. Was it like record label business or was it just like...
I always think to the greatest extent. So yeah, it was a record label. Fam for Life Entertainment.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Fam for like LYFE?
Huh?
Was it LYFE?
Nope, it was the regular Life.
I remember Fam for Life though.
Yeah. We wanted to go with Fam Inc., but it was already taken.
So it was like LLC, like registered and stuff?
No.
No?
I did LLC it at one point, but I let it go in a default.
Okay.
I never used it. I got it because a situation that came about that we was talking about a tour with what's the young guy's name that used to work with Wu-Tang? The young kids.
The Young Lords.
Wu Lords.
Wu Lords. Yeah. Wu Lords.
My brother was really close to their manager.
Okay.
And he told us, well, we want to take y'all on tour with us, but we need a business to pay. Right. So I got the LLC, you know what I'm saying? Right. And then the tour never happened. So it was like, you know, now I got an LLC and I'm not really...
You know what? Question popped up at random. This is skipping a little bit. Please, pretty please, tell me you have the song that you performed on the debut, registered like ASCAP and all of that shit. Okay. So you getting paid from that?
Yeah.
Man, my dude. I mean, I figured you would, but
my shit was, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I seen like a little bit of music money and it's like, you know, you kind of can make a couple dollars off music if it's out there. Like these motherfuckers, like Kevin Gates will post a song on his YouTube and it does like 4 million views. Like that's a decent little check, you know what I'm saying? Like I see why, because I still feel like he's like industry, but he's not like all the way in the industry.
Kevin Gates?
Yeah, but I see why these artists are sporadically just dropping songs. They're getting paid for it. Yeah. On their shit. So it's like, it makes sense. And now you're getting paid off reels because my Facebook money's starting to go up and all that shit. So it's like, and that's how you can tell that, like, bro, I hate social media, bro. Because I get paid on my Facebook, bro, and I still cannot bring myself to do it, bro. I can't make it a job for some reason. I wish I could just have somebody run it for me and I didn't have to worry about it.
So I am the exact same way, even with this podcast, right? Mm-hmm. So I just paid to make everything verified. Mm-hmm. So my own personal, and then we have a Kalaj Zane podcast page, like on every platform. And the Meta and Facebook and all that is verified, right? Mm-hmm. I cannot bring myself. We have like apps, like programs that we can go in.
That's
and schedule.
The next thing I was looking at. I'm about to start looking at that. I can't.
It's still a hassle. Like there's certain quirks.
You still got to program it.
Well, no, not even that. Like, you can't post to like LinkedIn or
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
There's like, for example, when you're posting to Instagram, you can't tag someone like if their page is private, and it's all these weird things. It's like it kind of makes you not be able to use it for everything you need it for.
Yeah.
Where you still got to do some manual.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do all that. We have that for the podcast. For me, I don't want to take the pictures.
Yeah.
Like for myself, like we have the clipped up episodes.
Yeah.
But like, especially for my personal stuff, I'm supposed to be, behind the scenes footage of this and, laughing, saying something silly.
Yeah.
And I can't do none of it. Like
It's hard,
weird.
bro. It's hard. And it's like, I don't want to sound like it's an excuse.
Yeah.
It's just that age gap, bro. It's just like,
Yeah.
we just don't give a fuck about it like that.
Like
And I hate that we have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then we still don't give a fuck. So it's like, it's just like, it's one of them things. It's just like, bro.
Especially like when you can see it in front of you, like people are making money off of this.
Yeah.
And I had a couple posts that's starting to make some traction. It's like, if I could put out a few more posts, I'd be balling out here.
I said that this morning and I didn't post a picture today yet.
See?
I just said that this morning.
Same.
And I've gotten checks from Facebook.
So when you get checks from Facebook, are you verified? I can't remember. Are you verified?
Yeah, I verified because the reason why I've met and verified my pages is because my last page that I did a lot of business on got hacked. And that helps with security as well. So I'd rather have my shit verified and just pay whatever, because I can't risk my pages getting hacked again. I just can't do it. And my shit got hacked on some crazy shit. It was to the point that someone had an Instagram page. They unlinked my Facebook from my Instagram page and linked my Facebook to their Instagram page and was posting porn on their Instagram page.
You sure it wasn't like you trying to get a check from somebody in fucking
Absolutely
Kenya
not.
or some shit?
I woke up one morning and my page said I am permanently banned on Facebook. Not even no time limit, no. I am permanently banned. Here's the link to download all your pictures that was on your Facebook page. Goodbye.
Wow.
And then I looked, I'm like, why? So it says, the Instagram page that was connected to this, and it was called something like Bubby 55666777, was posting inappropriate shit on the Instagram. Got my fucking Facebook page.
And they let you create a new one, clean?
Yeah. I already had 2 more.
Right.
Because for some reason, something I would do would get me banned for a week. So I'm like, I can't not be on Facebook. So I started building the Tsunami Flag page. So that's the one I just transitioned over to. Dude with the Hawk Mitchell page was cool, but I had already brung the Tsunami Flag after Dude with the Hawk. So it was like, I might as well just go with the Tsunami Flag Mitchell page. So worked out. So now my page is pretty much back up to where my first one was. So it was cool.
So why not focus on just making enough to live off of musically, and then build up? Like, why
it's kind of my that is kind of my focus, but it's like with me, I keep getting these really close instances. So it's like one of them things where it's just like,
close to what? What's the goal?
Like, I feel like everything that's happening in my life right now, like we're like right on the other side of the fence. So it's like one of them things where it's just like, I kind of am chasing like the next big thing, but it's like, I feel like we're like right there. Even with everything that's going on, the people that's falling off, the way that, how it gets really, really hard and fucked up right before something good happens? That's kind of what me and Chrissy's going through right now, bro. Like, even with we got money, but we don't have the most money. This is like a low point. December and January is usually bad for me.
It's always cold.
Yeah, I own an assembly company. So it's like, if people don't need grills and stuff like that, I don't work.
You know what I want to ask you? So, rewind. Let's dig into this a little bit. So, side hustle. You the man, the many skills, jack of all trades. You have an assembly company. How did that start, first of all? Like, who the fuck makes an assembly company?
I didn't know about it neither, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know about it neither, bro. I kid you not, bro. I've had a hustler mentality since I've had my first super job. I call it a super job because I was like 21 making 50 grand. a year at 21, and we know where money was back in like
at 21. That's a lot of money.
You know what I'm saying?
Like in that year, yeah,
like your money was stretching back then. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot of money.
Yeah, my mom would be like, "You make more money than me." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like one of them type situations. So it was like, but it was a production based job. Mm-hmm. I'd go to work, bust my ass unloading trucks, and my checks was like $1,000 a week at 21. So I'm like, yeah, I like this type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? We was living reckless. Like me and all my niggas, all my boys had that same job. So we living reckless type shit. So it was like one of the things where I got fired. I was on unemployment, which was still paying me decent. Like I was like, I can still sit on my ass type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I've always chased those type of jobs. So it got to the point that my boy was like, he made a post, and he was like, yeah, who wants to make money building bikes and shit? I'm like, I'm not doing shit. Let me go try it out. So you know me, I'm really good with my hands. So I go there, blew all of them out of the water, and a person that ran that pretty much hired me and put me at the top. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm the man, and he got to go back to Chicago because he got some personal things he got to handle. So that's pretty much where it started. And it's just like one of them things where it's just like, you know, if you're like me, I wouldn't say even like Chrissy, because Chrissy, I ain't gonna lie, we went out of town. They bumped our percentage up to go to Ohio, and Chrissy made $1,000 in one day. And I was like,
building stuff?
Building wheelbarrows, bro.
Wow.
She built 98 wheelbarrows in a day.
Wow.
Plus 2 grills.
So that's like your normal daytime job?
That is my hustle. That's my go-to. It's like if I go to work and I don't make at least $350 in that day, like I'm not feeling it.
Is that like, do you have another like 9-to-5 career job outside of that?
Mm-mm. I won't do a 9-to-5. I won't do it. I got too spoiled with the make my own schedule shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, all they do is be like, look, these stores need this done. When do you want to go do them? And I tell them when I want to go do it.
You know what I wanted to suggest to you? Have you ever thought about building stuff like in people's homes? So like when people...
I used to do that, but it's hard because a lot of companies are taking that over.
What you mean?
See, the thing about my shit is my LLC was like one of them situations where I already had a business established, and they didn't want to pay a sole proprietor. So it was like, boom, do you have an LLC? I'm like, yeah, I got the LLC. So I pay taxes on my LLC every year for my assembly shit. Yeah. So these companies are taking over. It's the same thing that people be like, why don't you just start your own assembly company? I'm like, bro, you gotta understand. When it comes down to these companies, you have to have a vendor's license. Then once you get your vendor's license, you have to wait in line for the other assembly companies to fall off. And sometimes these motherfuckers be sitting for years. When I say years. So these same companies infiltrated the in-home assembly shit. So now it's like, to do in-home assembly, yeah, I do people's shit. I just, the girl that just called when we was doing an interview, I just put together her closet. You know what I'm saying? I get paid to do sporadic things in-home, but it's more of a personal thing and not like a business thing. I did in-home assembly. It's pretty good. I just don't like how long they make you wait for your money. Because it's like, I would deliver and put a treadmill together, and I would have to wait a month.
Not even through the company. Like I was thinking, so I live in South Fayette, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the South Fayette.
I got that store.
South Fayette what?
You're up by like Robinson and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that Home Depot too.
Okay, in Robinson? Mm-hmm. So, I am closer to the one in Robinson. Maybe in the middle between there and...
I got you.
Bridgeville.
Yeah.
So out there, South Fayette, I'm in the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. All day, every day, I see people.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Where they're just like, hey, I need a handyman to come put some, single wife or divorced wives and single women.
I thought about doing that. It's like sometimes I would, but sometimes I get annoyed with people. It's hard because I don't like running the studio. That's why it's like I try to get the clients that I do like, and I try to stick with them. Because, I still run sessions out of my house sometimes, and I'm real leery on who comes in my house. And people are hitting me up on my Google. So it's like people be like, yo, yeah, I'm trying to book studio time. And I don't know who these people are when they show up to my house. You know what I'm saying? But I did think about doing that, but we'll see how I feel. If I need money one day, maybe I'll try it.
I dig it. Not like a full motivation. The studio stuff, that's a thing too. At what point in time did you decide to start renting out studio time?
Whenever people start offering to pay me to record them.
And at what point in time did you change your mind about it?
Whenever, first of all, I don't like, I understand people like what they like as far as that, but some people are really particular. Mm-hmm. I'm not really good with particular people, especially when me and you are engineers and we understand a lot of the stuff that we do. And you can be like, yeah, I want you to do that. And we'll hit a button and it does absolutely nothing. But they'll be like, yeah, that's what I want. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's why I don't do videos. I will not do outside music videos because I'm one of them cheap motherfuckers. I like more turnaround. Mm-hmm. So if I can I'd rather do 10 music videos at $300 than wait for 2 big music videos at $700. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather do a lot of boom, boom. So it's like, you tell people, it's a quick edit, 2 locations max, blah, 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 blah. And you'll edit their video and you send them like, oh, I want 1 million effects and I want to shoot at another location. Well, it's going to be this much to go to another. Like, no, I ain't trying to pay that. What do you mean you're not trying to pay it? I just don't be feeling like doing it, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, especially these motherfuckers be too needy and they are entitled. I don't like entitled people. And yeah.
You definitely better than me. I'd say I stopped. So I actually had like a full studio on Chartiers Avenue in McKees Rocks. And there was a whole bunch of issues. The racist mayor or whatever, I ended up moving it into my crib. And I was running my studio out of there for a while and I had to shut it down simply because I wasn't making that much. Yeah. So what I did was I was trying to run a promotion that was like $20 an hour, but you had to book there's a minimum. At least like 4 hours.
Yeah, I do that like maybe like twice a year, 3 times a year. I'll do that shit. And my beats are like dumb cheap. So it's like, I'll sell a beat for like, I don't care. I'll let go of beats for like $40, $50.
So I would do the same thing where it was like, I'll give you a beat for $50. But the catch was, a lot of people didn't understand this. First, you have to record in my studio. Mm-hmm. Second, I own the exclusive rights to do something with it. Yeah. Where basically I'm giving you permission, like a lease, to say,
like it's almost like an exclusive lease. Like you can do whatever you want to do with it, but I ultimately still own it, which means I still can't collect on that motherfucker. So.
Exactly. And if it's a dope jam and I want to put it on this album, I have the right to do that, basically. So my issue was people would come and either want to buy a beat and take it to another studio to record. Mm-hmm. You're not buying a beat from me for $50 and going to record it for so-and-so. And some other producer or engineer or something's going to fuck up what the song sound like. And no, we're not doing that.
You're one of them types.
Yeah. I'm all about my art, bro.
You want to see me? I'm the total opposite, bro.
Because you in for the money. I be
making beats in like 20 minutes, bro. It's like, oh my God. Unless I'm going to rap on it, I probably don't give a fuck about the beat.
See, for me, and now think about this. Think about what you've heard attached to my name in terms of production around the city. Okay. And I don't know what you've heard. This is just me going in blindly, if you've heard anything. But I've always maintained my brand, or attempted to, of Kalaj Dame is a banging ass producer. Mm-hmm. When you hear his shit, you're hearing some quality shit. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have my name attached to something where somebody's taking it and recording it with so-and-so and it's, it sounds crazy. No, well, now you got people's listen. What? Kalaj Dame did that? Now, I mean, if I do it a bunch of times, you know what I mean? Like, no.
See, luckily, and I'm not saying nothing, it's not nobody in particular, but luckily a lot of people are really good with saying where they recorded their track at after they get the beat off of me. Because I do have a lot of situations where people will just buy beats. I'll do 10 beats for $100. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I have like thousands of beats just sitting in my computer, bro. What the fuck am I going to do with them?
I get it. And I do not disagree with that. I can't give you much pushback on that. That makes sense. And I was actually there.
They just sit there. They just sit there, bro. I'd be ready to give them away. Just give me credit on the back end. I'd be ready to just give them away, bro.
The issue I ran into mostly, the biggest issue, was people would come with $20 and want 1 hour to record.
No.
That was like the main thing where
I argue with a lot of people about my studio time too, bro.
It costs more than that. For my time to be here, along with the electricity that I'm using, the inconvenience of it all for this hour is not worth $20. And what really did it, when I went back to school for engineering and became an electrical engineer, the amount of money that I was making was so much compared to what I was making before that.
And it be like that.
To where it was like, now I have to really think about what I'm spending my time on. To the point now when friends will call me and they'll say, hey, can you help me with this? Or I'll throw you a couple dollars to fix this for me. Every single time I tell them, no, I don't want your money. Because if I charge you, I'm going to have to charge you full price. Like, whatever it is you can afford to pay me for ain't worth it.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you on that. To elaborate more on the first question you asked me, that's another reason why I feel like I'm not on. I feel like, I've never, like, we've had hard times in life, but it ain't never been, like, hard. Like, I've never really been in survival mode. Never really been in any of them situations. So it's like a lot of the situations that I put myself in, I get comfortable. So it's like if I know I can work 5 days and make $2,000 building fucking grills, it's like I get comfortable. I could go buy pretty much a car if I want to, any car. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things where it's just like, I feel like I ain't never really been put in a situation that is like, you have to or you could die.
So you need fight or flight in order to.
I've never been in flight or flight. Never ever. And it's like that's why it's like I'm motivated, but a lot of the times it's just like I do things and then I don't do things.
Is that a Pittsburgh thing? Like I wonder.
I don't think it's a Pittsburgh thing because I feel like I'm different than a lot of people in Pittsburgh as far as music.
Not you in general. The specific. I'm so comfortable that whatever motivation it is that fight or flight gives you, I can't achieve that unless I'm in fight or flight mode.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm at with it. And I think it's one of them things where it's just like, whenever we're talking about Pittsburgh as a collective, there's a difference between kind of knowing what you have to do and doing it to not knowing what to do. So you're ignorant to the fact of you just don't really know what to do. And a lot of these motherfuckers, they're not going to make it because they just don't know what to do or they don't know what steps to do or they just really don't know. There's a lot of good artists in Pittsburgh that have absolutely no clue on what to do other after than record the fucking song.
I'm going to give you some pushback. I know a decent amount of people, and I won't say their names. I'm sure you probably know who they are. That have no idea what to do, had no idea what to do in the past, but did so much significant stuff that was unorthodox, that gave you a clear indicator they have no idea what to do.
No, but that's different than not doing anything because you don't know what steps to take. There's a different things. That's sort of like how I want to do mine. I don't want to take the orthodox. I don't want to do what everyone thinks you should do to make it in. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things where it's just like, yeah, making your own plan, you still have to have the drive to go through your own plan. Yeah. It's just not the same as what everybody else expects you to do. Yeah. So it's like, that's the way I look at it. And you know what? Now that you said that, that might be another thing because I don't want to do it the traditional way. So I'm trying to figure out a way that is the way that I want to do it to get to.
That is 100%.
Yeah.
A big portion of it, major. For the longest time, and that's a part of the ego, for the longest time, had the same exact issue, and I did not start seeing any level of success until I said, I don't care how it happens, just get it done.
Yeah. And it's funny you said that because I'm kind of at that stage now, but I'm kind of mixing it. So it's like me, given the fact that I make every genre of music except for country, but I do have a country song I'm about to do. Just cause. I just got it.
It worked.
Yeah. So it's like I can pretty much have every genre on lock if I want to. Mm-hmm. But it's like there's just so much that needs to be done in the background. And it's just like I'm trying to get it to the point that everything I do makes an impact. So it's like, for instance, debut, perfect example, right? The first 2 times I went, they was kind of similar feels as far as the songs that I did. The third song I did was totally out of the, like, it was kind of like on some, like, boom, pap-ish, hip-hop joint, like, you know what I'm saying, up-tempo type joint. So, you know what I'm saying? Which was like, yo, dude was like, yo, you want to switch it up on me? So now I'm about to go do a rock song the next time I go. So it's like, I'm putting imagery with all of this shit and going on there. That last time was like one of them situations that I wish I could take back. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I could take back because it was me having a big heart, giving somebody opportunity, and it fucking backfired on me.
Why not start your own debut?
I thought about doing that. I am looking into some shit as far as that right now because, you know, I got the club and shit. So as long I'm just making sure everything is perfect with the club because there's just, you know, there's a lot of things going on with if your shit's not right, you just shouldn't do it at that time. Yeah. So we have sort of like a timeline as far as like March to when everything should be totally operational to the point that we can open up and not worry about anybody coming in there and saying nothing dumb. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing that, but they keep hitting to me like they want me to work with them. So I was going to do that too. Because the dude that interviews, he's supposed to be performing. At
the dude with the weird hat?
Yeah, Tanner 913. He's supposed to be performing at one of the upcoming ones, and they said I can interview him. So now we're starting to transition into like, you know what I'm saying, how can we make a business situation out of that? So that's like pretty much my next attack with them is I'm kind of putting together like sort of like a business plan. And I'm going to see, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, this is how much I respect y'all and how much I respect y'all for helping me get along to where I am. This is what I can offer y'all. So it's like I'm kind of putting that together right now to see if I can infiltrate more into that because the debut is like, I ain't gonna lie, the debut is like fucking huge. Like I've seen people make it off the debut. So it's like one of them things, even a recognition. It's like there's a dude that was down there. He made that, they call him the pirate dude. He got this song so hard. Put it in my playlist. Shit's hard as fuck.
You gotta send me that link.
He seen me at the debut and dapped me up and was like, yo, you're doing your thing, keep going. And I'm like, this motherfucker knows who I am?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them situations that is just like, I don't know who all knows me. Now it's time to target and make people remember. So now it's like, given the fact that I'm about to go on a debut again, I'm pulling out all the stops, bro.
Before we shift too far ahead, I want to move to the club next.
Okay.
How'd you get the club?
I ran into a situation that I can see us investing into, and he was all for it. So we invested into it, and we kind of had an agreement like, okay, even though I didn't put nowhere near as much money as y'all put into it, I still want ownership of what's going on. So we put it on paper, and I got the club. I could do anything I want to in that motherfucker, and I have a studio upstairs. I could do whatever the fuck I want to.
Y'all got like liquor license and all that?
That's what we're working on right now because they're still going into the situation. It just got sold not too long ago. So they're still getting their own shit for the situation.
Right.
So it's like, that's kind of what we're waiting on. So he said shit should be solidified as far as that in March.
Okay.
So, you know, we should be fully up and doing shit in March. So yeah, you know, it's just like sometimes I just run into people. Shout out to Lonnie Sight because Lonnie Sight kind of set up that deal. And, you know, it was supposed to be one thing, but I got the gift of gab, so I'm going to always talk myself into more of a situation. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I analyze everything, boom, I look around, blah, 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 and I'm like, look, we can do this, but I need this. Let's put it on paper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where we're at with that. So kind of grandfathered myself into a dope-ass situation. That's where we're about to do the lock-in at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So y'all got like occupancy permits and shit like that already, right?
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope. That kind of brings to the next topic, which you brought up earlier, the celebrity boxing, but that's not specifically what I wanted to talk about.
You want to talk about the dumbass cage rage?
Is that the stripper wrestling stuff?
Yeah.
Don't say it like that. My wife gonna be mad at me. I don't really care about the strippers wrestling. I want to know the like the ins and outs. So like the brilliance behind however, putting it together, and then the difficulties with trying to operate it.
His name is Cornelius. I'm gonna just run a story with you because it's a fucked up story at the end of it.
Okay.
All right. Name is Cornelius. Cool guy. He's from LA. He started it. So he got permission he pretty much got the contract with Spearmint Rhino to take it to different cities. So he brought it to Pittsburgh.
Spearmint Rhino, what is that?
That's the strip club that they do it in.
Okay.
Cage Rage is licensed to Spearmint Rhino.
Okay.
But you technically can't do a Cage Rage anywhere else and call it a Cage Rage.
And that's in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Okay.
But they do it in other cities like Vegas and LA. And
it's been going on for a while?
I want to say this would have been my 3rd October coming up, maybe.
Wow.
I've been doing it for a minute. But it was one of them situations, but shout out to Pole Goddess. I seen her on a flyer. I was like...
That ain't the one with the 2 tongues, is it?
No.
That's...
We'll get to her, though. We'll get to her. I seen that she was fighting, so it piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Like, stripper boxing, I'm going to go check it out. So I went and checked it out, and I noticed that they... Fed the God would perform, but it was more like a performance and it wasn't a halftime show. So it was like, yeah, they had 4 fights set up with an intermission. There's not really a lot of girls dancing. So it was like, why not have a halftime show? So I hollered at my girl 412 Fire, and she pretty much told me who...
That's the homie right there.
Yeah, I grew up with her too. She told me who she has to holler at, but I got tired of waiting for the text back. It's like, I texted him twice, he's not answering me back. Cool, I'm going to go down to the club then. So I went down to the club and I talked to my man Jacob. Shout out to Jacob because he's like the only one I like there now. He gave me the information on who I needed to contact for it. So I contacted him and asked him about it, and he was all for it. At first, he was all for it. It's like, oh yeah, I think that'll be a good idea, blah, 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 blah. And it kind of fell through because I don't know what, I'm going to put it like, I'm going to just say it straightforward because I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about us performing, and then all of a sudden we had to wait for everybody else to perform who was a part of it. So it was almost like, yeah, this would be a great idea to do, but all these people have to do it first before you. So all of them did it, and it pissed them off so much that they didn't want to do the halftime shows no more. So rewind a little bit. My homegirl was like, yeah, I would like to get into it. I'm like, oh, I got the dude's number. Let me text him and see what he says. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, if you know anybody else, I'll pay you to recruit girls for the Cage Rage. I'm like, shit, man, easy money. I know all the bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I started getting everybody intertwined in that. And it just grew and it grew. And it went from 2 girls to 4 girls to 4.5 girls to now they want me to book every girl for the fights. Mm-hmm. So I was doing that, right? So fast forward, the split tongue girl, she had beef with somebody, right? No, let's rewind first because I made a post that pissed people off. We can talk about that first because it was still cage race shit. Okay. So I made a post because there was a situation that happened that I felt like I wasn't getting the credit that I deserved for a situation that I pretty much put together, right? Mm-hmm. So I publicly addressed how I got in the situation that I got in, and people took it as I'm saying that I started Cage Rage, when in everything I'm spelling out, I'm saying I met him, he did this for me, he put me here, and this is what I do, and I'm a promoter, because we was bringing in a lot of heads. Right. They're just, they don't spend money. You know the white clubs. It's like, we went from it being okay to now the place is pretty much packed because of the promotion that I'm doing. Mm. So it's like, I felt offended. It was a point in time where it was just like, I booked every girl for a specific fight, and whenever they're doing their shout outs, they're leaving me out. Whenever they're saying, if you want to fight, hit me up, hit her up, or hit the email up.
Are you getting paid for booking them?
Yes.
Okay.
And, I'm like, I'm hearing people taking credit for the actual promotion of the shit. And it's like, I'm a businessman. So a lot of people don't always get it from a business because there's not a lot of business people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to the point that I made my post and I was like, look, pretty much saying y'all ain't going to discredit me. I'm not here for all of the people that's leaving me out. I'm not here because of y'all. Right. I took my own path to get to where I'm at. I didn't say I started Cage Rage, but everybody, blah, blah, blah. So it got down to one of them situations where I had to tell them, I'm like, look, everybody's like, oh, just come and make your money and leave. I said, you got to understand, right? If a millionaire comes in this motherfucking building and he wants to know who had their hands in getting this place looking the way it is and the girls that's fighting, and somebody else says it's them and don't say me, that's an opportunity that I can miss. Right. That's all I think about, opportunity. I set up my place to get opportunities from the place I set up. Sometimes I don't even be giving a fuck about the money. The money's great, but I'm always trying to put myself in a better position. A lot of people won't respect that, but a lot of people ain't business-minded. So fast forward, everybody's mad about that, whoop-de-doo, whatever. The Delphi fight happened. Now,
That's the split
tongue,
girl.
right?
Right.
Delphi wanted to fight a girl named Morg, right? Out of her weight class, whatever. It's not real boxing anyway. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Out of her weight class, right? The dude that I go through that oversees the matchups that I make, he comes to me and says, Delphi wants to fight Morg. Let's give her what she wants. Booked. Bet. You know what I'm saying? So, time goes past. We both found out that they got beef. So now we're like, shit, the fight definitely got to happen now.
Wow.
So they're talking shit the whole month on Facebook. They get in the ring, they're fighting. The one girl throwing her around, gloves is coming off. They trying to get at each other's shit. But the shit gets broke up. They go in their respective quarters, fight's over. Y'all can't fight no more. Y'all doing too much, blah, blah, blah. So somehow I get blamed for booking the fight and they fired me. On God, bro.
Wow.
Somehow I got blamed and they fired me. Talk about, we have to give you a couple months off because of that Delphi fight that you booked. Delphi was doing too much online, so you're pretty much have to catch the bullet for that. That's what their excuse was for firing me, bro. You want to know the crazy part about that?
What's that?
Delphi worked for their company. She was a Spearmint Rhino employee. So how am I catching a bullet for something that your employee's doing online? So now I'm getting vindictive. I'm getting pissed. You know what I'm saying? Now I keep thinking of more stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is actually like really some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of them situations that now I don't fuck with them at all. They couldn't call me and ask me to come. You know how much money it would cost? One of the crazy part, I went viral right after they let me go. The nightclub situation happened right after they let me go.
Right.
So it's something that needed to happen. So I ain't mad.
They lost. That's crazy though.
Yeah. Horror's crazy, bro.
Okay, so as you were explaining that story, you touched on a concept. Your ability to book all of these women to be in this match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where anyone that follows you online sees that if you make a post, if you're saying, hey, what girls are available for this video? What people are coming to the studio? It's going to be a bunch of people, but women is also going to comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you also have the poly posts.
Mm-hmm.
My first question is this done on purpose? Like the Tsunami fly, is that a part of the brand of being
Absolutely. You want to know what? Somebody gave me that name and that post came about the other day because we was in the studio. I had a, studio mini lock-in. It wasn't like, we pretty much went from like 10 a.m. to like 10 p.m. It was like a mini lock-in. And I was cutting a piece of patty pie, right? And my boy tagged me on Facebook and was like, yo, Tsunami fly, let me get some of that pie. And I was like, I kind of like the way that looks. And then that was the first time I had the bun in my head. I was like, I kind of like the way that looks. Like, it's going to change my name. But everything that I do is like incorporated into my brand. Everything that I do as far as branding is I try to use words and visuals to cohesively create something that you're not expecting.
Okay.
So it's like, for instance, I could walk in a bar looking like this with all this on, the jeans is fitted and, the hair is the way it is. And everybody would think I'm like 24, 25.
I remember that. Matter of fact, I want to say, was it when I came to meet you at your crib?
Probably.
And I was like, what, you like 20 or 30 or something? Yeah. I'm like, damn, you told me. I'm like, how the fuck is this dude?
So all of that goes into my branding because it's like, I'm starting to notice that I can create the image that I want to have. So given the fact that I'm multifaceted in a lot of shit, whatever situation I'm in, I can create my own directive in it.
Right.
If I want to be a rocker, I can go party with the white people and look like I'm supposed to be partying with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them things where it's just like, I'm starting to really fine tune what I want to look like in a public, when I want to look like it. I get along with most people. I feel like a lot of people is threatened by me, which is cool because, a lot of people like us have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting to notice it. The crazy is like, when people actually start lying, it's just like, it becomes a different rule, but it's expected. Sometimes it is one of them things where it's just like, why? But then I like, you gotta understand, like, people that are upset that they're not doing what you're doing are always going to find a way to try to bring you down. So, it is what it is.
Before we get into deep into like the poly, women life, like that perspective of it, I want to try to tap into a little bit for you and Chrissy, just to build the story up, and then we can connect them later. How did you and Chrissy meet?
She came. My boy brought her to the studio,
like to make music,
to sing on a hook.
She can sing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I heard her sing before.
Cause she's a rapper, but she can sing too. She got a couple songs on her album that's like,
yeah. How did it turn into she came to work on music to we married? I think I remember when, like, before y'all was married, y'all.
We've always had a connection. All right, I'm gonna say that. We've always had a connection because we talked really well.
What you mean?
It's like, sometimes a man just wants to be heard. And I feel like she heard me, and she took the time to want to understand what she heard.
Like y'all communicate
we
effectively with each other.
Really well. But it was like more or less, it was less on her end and more on my end. So it was like, how I've always been the problem solver. I've always been the one to handle all the hard situations or figure out solutions to, whereas sometimes you have to unload that shit or it sits on you. And she pretty much let me unload that on her without judgment. And I've never really had that much of that. So it kind of caught my attention. It caught me, hold up, man, you really give a fuck about what I'm going through type shit? So it was like one of them things that is just like, it never stopped after that. So it's like our attraction kind of grew, and it's just like the opportunity arose and we took it to become, we got together. And
that is a thing, ladies in the audience. So my wife got me pretty much the same way.
Bro, they don't understand. A lot of women will never understand, bro. And it's just like one of them things where it's just like, women don't understand how easy creatures we are. We're very simple.
Like, I tell, matter of fact, my wife, she, so our kids, one of our little ones, he comes in the kitchen. She's like, I need you to grab the garbage. He's like, oh man, do I have to? I think our two youngest, they were like doing rock, paper, scissors to see who was going to do it. And he's complaining like, man, I don't want to do it. She was like, you so strong. Look at how cute you are when you're strong. And
set him up.
And I'm like, hey, bro, don't let her set you up like that. But the joke is, like, that's her. She does the same thing to me. And she's so authentic with it.
Yep.
Like the ego strokes and the listening without judgment.
Yep.
The femininity of it, which is literally what caught my attention and held it.
And the thing about that even, once we get into the poly situation, because we can talk about a couple things with that, is like a lot of people don't understand, like, we've been married for going on 11 years. It's like that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like that for a reason.
Yeah.
I would never think about divorcing her. She would never think about divorcing me. We fight, we might have like 2 good fights a year. It's just like, it's simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love simple. She makes it simple. I take care of everything she need me to take care of. I'm the handyman or the problem solver. But if I ever need her to listen to what I'm going through, she will definitely do that.
That's crazy.
And she can cook her ass off. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It works out hand in hand.
It's a good, like, hand in glove.
A lot of people, they look at me down sometimes because it's like, they be like, you know how to cook? And my wife cooks, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like 9 times out of 10, either my wife cooks or we're messing with somebody that's going to cook for us. So it's like one of them things where it's just like, yeah, I can learn how to cook. I know how to cook. I just haven't learned the specifics of seasonings and, you know what I'm saying? But it's like one of them things where it's just like, I would like to let someone else handle that.
I mean,
because I handle so much other shit.
Regardless, bro, I think the especially now, and I mean our generation, I could say you like in my generation and feel proud about it, right? But we're more so from a generation of let's split the workload. And it makes complete sense that you have your strengths, your wife has her strengths.
Yeah.
And when you divide the workload, you all come sit at the table and enjoy the same meal together.
Yeah.
Like for me, like this whole 50-50 conversation, like you work and I work and we both take care of the kids and we both clean it up. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't identify strength.
Me and her had a conversation about this like a week and a half ago. And I was like, I hate the 50-50 conversation. I said, I would like it to be modernized to be 100. I'm 100. I'm giving you 100% of me and what I present, and you giving 100% of what you present.
Yeah, but
it becomes a collective.
It shifts what that actually means. But I agree.
Yeah.
The idea of we're doing the same exact things.
Yeah.
That concept to me doesn't make any sense because it's not supposed to be, a bunch of quarterbacks on the field. Yeah. Like, who are we throwing the ball to?
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that in a relationship, it's good to have things in common, but I'm intrigued by the things that we don't have in common.
Right.
So it's like, what I'm saying? I like this shit. Like, when she tells me she knows how to paint, she paints. She used to paint. I don't know how to paint, but that shit's intriguing as fuck to me. I'll paint me something. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't, that's why there's so many single people for real, because a lot of people, it's...
Not taking away from the people that do 50-50. I understand that's the thing.
Yeah. Whatever works in your household. But the thing that I was trying to, me and my wife was talking about is, when it comes down to psychology, it's like a lot of the times as soon as you bring up the term 50-50, your psychology, you're putting it in the other person's head. So sometimes, resentment comes whenever you're falling a little bit short of your 50 and you need your partner to pick up the part that you're not picking up.
That's the thing.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you're all in the contest. You could be dooming your relationship at the beginning as soon as you're using some of the terms that you.
That makes complete sense because if we 50-50, but I lose this high paying job and I make a little bit less than you are, now all of a sudden, after a year or two done passed, nigga, when you gonna look for a better job?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or I done took out the trash and washed the dishes, 4 days for the past few weeks, 4 or 5 days a week, when you gonna pick up your half. Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
So it's like, I'm glad me and her did what we needed to do at the beginning to not even put that in the air, and we just handle whatever needs handled. If one person's falling short, I got your back, and vice versa. And it worked out.
How was the dynamic of being, and I have a decent portion of stories I could share for this, but being in the public eye, creating music as, a guy that we'll say females are attracted to, women are attracted to, and dating Chrissy and then moving on and y'all getting married. Like, was there like, not to spotlight on any drama or anything like that, but did you have moments where you had to like outgrow or solve in order to move past?
We've always had to grow as far as, to bring up a point, I'm stern sometimes. I like to get my point across, and I hate not being, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in an argument, sometimes everybody ain't listening to the argument, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a coherent arguer. So it's like, I know what I'm saying. I know you should be hearing what the fuck I'm saying. Right. But sometimes you ignore that because you're pissed off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she had to outgrow that. And I kind of had to outgrow trying to push my point on someone that might not be in the position to hear it at that particular moment.
Sound like a true husband right there. 100%, bro.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much the bulk of our disagreements. It just be like, heated arguments. Not in a position to listen now. Come talk to me about it later. And I'm like, no, you got to hear this shit now. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, sometimes it's just.
There's certain, I feel like there's like key words that a husband can say, that like the dudes around like, yeah, he's married. Like, you just kind of know.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to know. But I think right now we're probably like the best we've ever been for real. It gets better as we grow, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Was there ever like issues with her? Like, being a woman that in her branding is definitely like sexuality in it, like any issue on your end? Or?
Get as naked as you want. Just don't show your nipples or your pussy. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Somebody touches her, then I'll deal with it then and there. But I don't give a fuck what people say to her. I don't care what people DM her. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because I know I got mine. I ain't worried about that shit.
Right.
Niggas is supposed to fuck with you. We need them. If we don't got them, then what the fuck we doing this for?
So, I mean, to me, it sounds kind of like best friends, damn near soulmates that, blend well.
Soulmates, best friends, and business at the same time.
Okay. So, shifting into the poly conversation. So, what I understand about poly is it's not a threesome party. It's more like, let's get together and have our own internal community where we're able to minimize the pressure on anyone individually. So we're raising the kids together. We're raising the kids better because there's more of us where we could divide the time more efficiently so the children get more one-on-one time, where we're able to work and make more money, where we have more mental freedom to get away from any specific individual but still have that emotional connection or whatever with somebody. Like there's a lot of things in there that I won't say that I agree with, but this is just like, I'm not advocating for it, but this is just what I heard about it, that it is to help and be, to make human living with partners more efficient.
That's a big thing on it. The way it was presented to me was, we was in Atlanta and we was in Magic City, and she was bad. This girl that came up to us was so bad. And you know, the way they do their dances in Atlanta is, you want to dance? Yeah, boom. Close straight off, right there in the middle of the floor. Boom. Put her pussy right in Chrissy's face. And she was just like, I'm looking at her. And she looked at me, she's like, yeah, you know I like girls too. And I was like, no, I didn't know that.
Wow.
So it's just, from seeing that to our first situation is like, yeah, we had our share of threesomes. It started off with threesomes. We never talked about a relationship because we didn't see it as one until we felt like we wanted to be with the person that we was having fun with. So it was like one of them situations where it was just like, you know, I look at it as, for our situation, right? Of course I love women. You know, every man does. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. People think that on my end it's necessary when she's the one that really drives the boat as far as the whole poly situation. I'm pretty much like, I don't want to give it a title, but I'm pretty much the recruiter because she's not as outspoken as I am. So I 9 times out of 10 will bring the women around that we decide to want to date or, you know, become cool with, or, you know, any manner of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whenever our first situation came about, she presented it to me as far as the woman we was talking to. So it was like, yeah, we was having fun with her, but we're hanging with her like every day. Like they're like borderline best friends type shit. So we was about to buy our house, and Shorty was like, you know, she was kind of going through situations, but she was like, you know, like borderline, can I move in with y'all? Like, can she move in with us? I'm like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm not going to say, and I was young. So it was like, yeah, you know, 2 girls living with me. I'm already having sex with both of them. So it's like, fuck it. We can make this more of a like,
were you married at this point?
No.
This is what you was talking about when you got the mohawk, you went to your girlfriend?
Yeah, this happened before that, because it was definitely one of them situations whereas we're about to buy this crib. You want to live with us? I'm looking at it as like, yeah, now we got more help as far as the crib is concerned. We didn't have no kids really involved at that point. So it was more like the situation that we had to handle, but we was also having fun with each other. She had her best friend. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the biggest, I'm like the 30-second shopper. I literally run through stores grabbing what I need to grab to get the fuck out of there. I don't got time to look. I don't want to compare and contrast and do all that shit. Y'all can do that together. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? But there is things that I used to share with her that me and Chrissy didn't do. You know what I'm saying? As far as like we used to be heavy on basketball, sports, different things like that. So it's like Chrissy likes her sports, but she ain't going to turn on a basketball game and sit there and watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like one of them things where it's just like, emotionally, it kind of helps because it broadens the horizon of what's in the circle. So it's like that, and it's like borderline sexual because it's on our end, or for our dynamic, she's like heavy bisexual. So it's like she can like a woman just as much as she can like a man.
Right.
And it's like me being her husband and me not caring, you know what I'm saying? Because there always has to be some sort of understanding. I understand that at some point you might have the desire of a woman.
Right.
How would that be fair for you if I just cut that part of your life completely off?
How would you feel if it was, like if she wanted, I don't know, like some swinger shit or something like that? Like, would you feel the same?
I mean, collectively, we're not into that. And there are boundaries and there are certain things where it's just like, you know, there's do's and don'ts for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily, our dynamic works out perfect for us because she loves women. I'm not into dudes. Motherfuckers be like, oh, well, what if she like bro, I'm the only nigga she fuck with, bro.
Right.
She's not worried about no other niggas, so it just works out for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it came down and we're just not gonna do it, period. You know what I'm saying? Like that would just have to be the wall that we're not gonna cross. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it just works out great for us. Now at this point, it's like we've ran into so many dead situations that it's just like one of them things where it's just like we're just gonna chill until something come around. We might have fun, but it's just like it's hard when you keep on doing this, but you're still operating in this because of the demographic that we're a part of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like borderline saying like, I'm not trying to sound like anything, but we're kind of like at the top of our demographic. You know, we own a house, we got the cars, we can pretty much spend money when we want to and all of this to whereas, you know, when we step down a little bit, now we're in the clubs, we're chilling with the boom boom and we're like, you know, with the hood niggas and the like type of people that we wouldn't normally really hang around. But sometimes in our field, we are around these people.
So let me help you out for a second, just to make sure it don't come off as crazy.
Yes,
because
I'm teetering. I'm teetering. I can feel it.
So the idea is not necessarily that you are better than other people in any way. It's just a feeling of, which I always equivalent to, and a lot of people won't understand this, but it's a different format and level of understanding. Like, and it's not to say that you're intelligent and these other people in the demographic are stupid. But it's like once you cross over a certain threshold and you see things that are on the other side, your paradigm shifts. And you start seeing the world in a completely different way.
Exactly.
And when you go back to the normal areas where you used to frequent before you were in that threshold, people that don't share that same paradigm on the other side of the tracks, they stick out like a sore thumb and it becomes unattractive. It just doesn't fit.
And that's what we're going through. But when we used to date, we would always find, because a lot of people don't understand is we're old, but we're young for real. So we're around the late 20s, the mid 20s and all that, but we blend right in with these motherfuckers. So it's like one of them things where it's just like a lot of the girls that we're talking to are 20s, young girls, but we're always around them. You know
Be careful with that one too, because a 40-year-old with a 24-year-old is...
we have our threshold now. That was back when we was in like our 30s and shit. We would boom boom. But it was like one of them things where it's just like things are starting to grow and it's like I wouldn't mind dealing with a late 20s, early 30s that got her shit together. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of them. This is where me and Chrissy are very different. Is I believe in potential. Sometimes that fucks me. Most times that fucks me. Getting caught up in they can do this and boom with this amount of help they can do this. And most of the time it just don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Whereas that's why I'm saying at the top of the demographic, because sometimes you just can't help people and that be a better version of what they're living.
A quick pause on that. That ties back into what I said about people being practiced. So I always go off of, whenever I'm judging people, I go off of their habits. I try not to make a quick assessment on anyone. And I go off like, you might talk a good game, but what's your groundwork look like over a period of time? That tells me what your habits and consistencies are. And that lets me know what you've been practicing. Like you are literally showing me what you're good at because it's what you do on the regular. And it's like most of the time people's words don't align with...
See, me, I'm one of them types that I'll see something like what you're saying and I'll put the potential on it. Like, they got the potential to be this. And she's a red flagger. Soon as she sees a red flag, she be like, this probably ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's healthy. That's healthy to have that. For y'all to have that two dynamic there, that's a very healthy thing.
And she boom, red flag. She'll check out.
That's crazy. I think me and my wife are both red flaggers. Yeah, I had to.
You're definitely a red. You just explained yourself as a red flagger. I'll look at it and be like, well, maybe she was just like that today. No, it's like.
But you know what though? It took years and years of trauma. Like I got PTSD is why I'm this way.
And that's where I'm at with it now. That's where I'm at. I can't do it no more, bro. This last situation taught me it was the icing on the cake. It was the icing on the cake.
Oh man. Yeah, that's
I'm never going through that again.
So, okay, you was in a situation, had, another live-in girlfriend. Was it
the last one?
Whichever one that you were talking about. Whichever was the most efficient one. We'll go off that one.
The most efficient one?
Yeah. Like the one that blended with y'all the best.
That was our first one.
Okay. So the first one is there. Was it like, okay, me and Chrissy have been together for all this time and this is a third coming, but me and Chrissy is stronger? Or was it just an equal 3-party relationship?
We try to make it as equal as possible, thinking about on a psychological standpoint of things. We don't like to use the word third. But I also like to give off the understanding as sometimes you have to compare it to a regular relationship. Even though it is a 3-person relationship, look at me and Chrissy as a relationship, as one part of it, and look at yourself as the beginning part of it. Right. So we still have to learn you. We still have to build up the love and build up the respect and all that shit like it's a new relationship. Right. And a lot of people come in and be like, oh, I'm Chrissy as soon as they come into the situation, and it's never going to be like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with a lot of people, they want to do it because they think it looks cool.
So, okay. For example, I'll see every once in a while, like, you know how the Facebook groups pop up, like, you ain't even in it, but your friend commented on something. Yeah. There's like a poly group that pops up and,
I'm in it.
Chick that's like super attractive.
They're all
in
fake.
Alabama.
They're all fake.
So you be in there like, is it like, man, I'm going to look, see if we can find another girlfriend?
No, some people stand out. Don't get me wrong. I did meet a girl in there and we've been chatting a little bit. She's cool. She's from Pittsburgh and shit. We've been chatting. She's cool. She's real. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, a lot of that shit be fake. Like, all that shit be fake. They be taking them dudes money. It be don't send her no money. I be in there cracking up. Like, y'all like so gullible. Like, this very attractive woman is just going to want to be with you and your wife. And it's just like, no, it just don't work.
So would you say it's almost like a secluded, I feel like it's almost taboo in a way, but maybe more popular now, but like a secluded lifestyle that's like you have to go to very specific places or around very specific groups?
I think because of society, yes. It doesn't have to be like that. A lot more people are poly than they would admit.
Like, even without admitting,
a lot of people won't admit. A lot of people won't admit. Like, it's like one of them things where it's just like, we had this situation, right? We was talking to this girl, right? Phenomenal woman. You know what I'm saying? We're vibing. Chrissy, they like each other, blah, blah, blah. We're linking up. We're, having fun. And, the family thing comes up. I don't think my family's going to fuck with this. Dead.
That's the thing, though. I mean, and I would even go as far as to say it's a relevant thing. Like, it may not be in everyone's eyes. Like, some people are like, I don't really care what my family think. Yeah. But it's a very valid concern, when you care about what your family thinks. And you know what I mean?
I feel that. It's just, whenever you're the type of people we are, it's like, I mean, I care to some extent of what my family thinks, but I'm still going to be me and do what I want to do with my life.
True.
A lot of people's friends fuck it up. Friends is one of the worst. Friends will be like, oh, you're just the third wheel. They don't really like you. They don't really. Dead.
Yeah. But I mean, someone that's that impressionable probably ain't right for y'all anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But, sometimes shit will be going great. And then it's the mental thing, bro. It's just society has such a big influence on on what we do that it's just like poly can be one of the biggest things, but society will stop it from being that. Because,
So I've told you this before. Matter of fact, I said it before we started shooting, before we started the interview today. You and Chrissy, to me, I look at almost like the Jay and Beyonce in Pittsburgh. And not to say it's not like the billionaire status. It's specifically the concept of you both make music. Y'all have been together for a very long time. You have this, like I said, friendship, love, trust thing. Like I know relationships very well. Yeah. And to know you both and to see you both online and to meet you both and to see the dynamic that you have is like, yeah, that is black love. I'm happy to see that. Like, they lifestyle they live is not my lifestyle that I live, but it's two individuals that love each other and they express and do what they do in their world and they on that. And that's what I appreciate, right? From my perspective watching, it looks like there's almost a perspective of like, oh, Troy and Chrissy is some freaks.
Yeah, and it don't even really be like that.
Is it a misconception is from like Facebook and online? Or is it like people running their mouth saying bullshit or a combination?
I think it's a little bit of a combination. But when I make my Facebook posts, I'm still not being specific. I'm not saying things like, oh yeah, we just fucked this bitch last week. It was great. I don't say nothing like that. It'll be like my little troll post. Now move on. But I am known for being around a lot of women, like all the time. Like most of the people that I be around, I'll sprinkle in a couple dudes every once in a while, but I'm primarily around women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like one of them things where it's just people just got this thing where it's just like every woman they see us with, they just assume that we're fucking. I've argued with so many dudes. So many. I kid you not. So these dudes hop in my inbox accusing me of fucking their bitch, and I don't even talk to them like that.
That's weird. Hey, don't do that. You in the audience, don't do that. That's weird. Like hopping in a dude.
Just imagine having to defend yourself over a chick you didn't fuck.
I mean,
I've had to almost fight people over their baby's moms that I did not touch. Wow. I did not touch your baby's mom, I promise you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, I had this dude was threatening to come and fuck up a video shoot and everything. He was so mad. I'm like, dude, I did not touch your girl.
I mean, all right.
But because we're who we are, you just assume that it happened.
Even still, I have to give pushback always. So the reason why I give pushback is because I try to challenge people's thinking, and I'm not the devil's advocate.
No, come on, let's go. I like it.
The devil don't need no help, so my wife tell me. But
the devil does need help.
Oh my God, no. But look, troll, the devil don't need no help, right? But still sharp and still. So I tried to challenge people's thinking so that even if you come away from nothing, maybe, at some point in time in the future or whatever, we can put it together, grow from it or whatever, right? People, there's different morals, different walks of life for each individual person, okay? So some people were raised in this environment, some people were raised in that environment. Sometimes, you might have a dude with dad or mom issues or whatever, pour his heart and soul, maybe he has trust issues, whatever. There's some instances where I can see, not that it would be acceptable, but where I can see a dude flipping out, like jumping in the inbox, yo, why would you do that? Just based on emotional rage. Like, yo, I'm going to DM this dude, like, why did you hit my girl?
You don't want to hear my perspective of things. Because at the end of the day, I am in my 40s. And emotions is a woman's trait. You ain't never supposed to be no grown motherfucking man hitting up another grown motherfucking man about a chick you fucking with. Grown men don't do that, bro.
Hold on.
Especially without knowing the facts.
You can't force me to defend this point that I agree with you on. Look. I agree 100%. 100%. Me personally,
okay.
Right? But there's still the dynamic of, scientifically, we have different chemical makeups.
Okay.
There's some dudes that might have a little bit more estrogen than they supposed to. Dudes that were, I don't know, raised by extremely feminine mom, maybe dad wasn't around. Like there's all these different stories and narratives and stuff like that where, we're a society of vastly different people. Somewhere within this spectrum, there's going to be some dudes that react this way, where we say traditionally those are female ways, woman ways, feminine or whatever, where, today is anybody can be that way.
It's unacceptable.
It's 2026, dog.
It's unacceptable. Seek the truth, find the facts, then react. You're not supposed to react before you know the facts.
Okay.
We could have a very simple conversation and I will tell you exactly what it is. But no, you want to threaten me and you wanted this and that. That's unnecessary.
I dig it. So how do y'all handle that? How do y'all handle the, not specifically from the dudes, but...
Usually the girls tell them to leave me alone.
Well...
It's not what you think. Quit DMing him. It's not like that.
Not even just that. Just the bad information or the spread of Troy and Chrissy as a freak.
I mean, I was going to make a post today because I'm due for
this is something relevant. I mean, I didn't know it was ongoing.
No, I mean, a dude hasn't hit me up for a little while now.
In general, though, like men, women, just people, the brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
everything, there's a lot of recent things, but as far as the speculations, that's like yesterday. So it's like, just like I said, we just posted the flyer. Chrissy gonna try and get you. You about to be Troy and Chrissy's next girlfriend. It's just like,
right.
Like, can we promote the song?
I mean, for real, it might help push in that direction.
I mean, I don't care about it. It's just me thinking about me. I don't normally care about what people think about me, but I think about everybody else. Right. So when you got this woman that just wants to do business and she's getting this attached to her name, now it's like she doesn't deserve that. Right. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter what, it's nobody's business regardless.
Right.
Because I don't even parade. Like, now keep in mind, me and Chrissy are not whores. Right. Okay? But we have been doing this for 13 years now. So we did have our run-ins, right? Right. A lot of people could never tell you the bitches we fucked.
So I'll give it to you from my perspective, right? Mm-hmm. I had, in my earlier years, now you and I are close in age.
Yeah.
In my earlier years, I'll say all the way up until maybe 35.
Okay.
I was wild. When I say wild, I mean I was a popular rapper.
You was a rapping ass wild motherfucker. I can tell.
Let's just say I was wild. But you kind of hear the stories of, oh, she messed with so-and-so. Mm-hmm. She did this. I would have certainly heard about a couple that, you know, it just goes on a spree of banging everybody.
Yeah.
Never, not once. When I look on Facebook, I never see anything that's like distasteful or disrespectful. Mm-hmm.
I don't disrespect people. I just now started calling bitches, but I don't call them bitches to their face. Bro, because, I've been through a lot, bro. And sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade.
Hold on. So this is where I gotta push back on our Gen X / millennial.
Go ahead, let's go.
We men are put here in a way to be the pincushions, to be the stronger, logical, less emotional.
Absolutely.
Powerful.
Absolutely.
Even when we not powerful, even when inside we in pain.
Absolutely.
Appear powerful just so that our family and you know, circle feel safe and confident.
Absolutely.
in watching us. If it comes off as disrespect, I can see it if it's all about protecting, you know, your circle. Mm-hmm. At the same time, like for me, I would never call any woman a bitch, at least not to her face.
I would never call a girl a bitch to her face, but in reference to the situation, I would call her in that situation.
Like she being a bitch.
Fucking bitch.
I do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would never look at the chick that I'm talking about and be like, yo, you're a fucking bitch. I couldn't stomach doing that. Okay. But in reference to her, I would be like, you fucking bitch. Like, you really did, you fucking bitch. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I do that when we watching Netflix and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Might be watching, I don't know, the newlywed type show, Love is Blind or something like that. Chick do something, you fucking bitch.
I kid you not, my daughter, cuz this is not acceptable. I kid you not. We was watching this show in confidence, right? Daughter out playing, living her best life, right? This chick did the dumbest shit.
Your daughter?
No, the chick on the TV. Me and Chrissy was like, you stupid bitch. So, turn on the show the next day. She comes out of her room and sees the chick, like, stupid bitch. I'm like, oh my God.
How old is your daughter?
She was 4 when she did this, bro. I'm like, oh no.
That's it's bad, but that's definitely the cute stage. It's like giggles. Okay, we don't say that, honey.
Oh my God, man! He looked at the stupid.
Oh man, yeah. Why you gotta watch?
No, you gotta watch. Watch everything you're watching around your kids because that shit spilled. Don't get it confused,
man. I feel like we touched most of the stuff. I held the best for last because the most recent situation. So I don't know the whole entire situation. All I know is my Facebook was completely flooded with posts about a BS auto sales company that sold you, and in my perspective, interpreted as a lemon. And you just kind of like went whole ham, which my understanding after you explained it is
bro,
very...
I was pissed, bro. I wouldn't even say the car was a lemon. It was just the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
I asked questions for a reason, right? Mm. I asked this man flat out, if something happens to this car, can I bring it back within 30 days? I said, everyone else that I've ever bought a car, if I had a Cadillac, no warranty, trainee blue, they fixed it for me. No issue. We're sorry this happened to you. Since it's within 30 days, we'll handle it. So I knew to ask this question going into my next situation, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to start at the beginning, right? All right. So we're looking at this car, right? Caddy. Didn't want her to buy it. Said fucking Cadillac. Used Cadillac. Daughter? Yeah, used Cadillac. Didn't want her to buy it. But we test drove it. Couldn't get her out of it. I'm like, I don't know. Well, guess you're getting a Caddy. Whatever. Car wasn't inspected. Keep in mind, I'm a hustler. Second of all, I'm never asking price for any used car on any lot. It's just not happening, right? Mm-hmm. So we talked him down a couple hundred. You know what I'm saying? So we test drove the whip. We're like, yo, it's not inspected. My daughter goes to Slippery Rock. Can she bring it down next week and y'all get it inspected? They said, sure, bring the car in. Boom. So my daughter's calling and shit like, oh yeah, I want to bring my car down and get inspected. They're telling her she can't do it. So we had to pull up on them and I had to talk to the dude that I was talking about in the video. Not the other dude that actually sold the car. He pointed to him, told me to go talk to him. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? He said, yeah, I'm not going to inspect it. I said, why not? He was like, oh yeah, we took some money off the car already. I'm not inspected. I said, bro, we didn't talk about us not getting inspected because you took money off of it. You took money off of it. That still means the inspection is still in play. We didn't delete that. We never talked about deleting that off the table. Oh, just give me the fucking keys. I'll get it inspected. He drove it down the street, got it inspected, brung it right back. I already know what he did, but the stickers is cool. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Car is cool, right? So, you know, my daughter was like, my battery light comes on. I said, yeah, normally that's the alternator. It's not charging battery. So she took it to AutoZone and got it scanned within the 30 days, right? They told her the alternator needs charge. So she called them and she talked to the lady.
Needs charged or replaced?
Huh?
Alternator.
The alternator needs replaced. Okay. So, you know, she talked to the lady. And she was like, oh, yeah, it looks like you got the car within 30 days, blah, blah, blah. She's agreeing with the 30-day shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're calling, trying to get in touch with him. He's like, oh, yeah, take it to my shop, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so where's the money coming from to get the car fixed when we drop it off at the shop? You know what I'm saying? I want to know all of this before we do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I calls him back and I'm, verifying that they're going to pay for the work to get done. And he says, I'm not paying for the fucking alternator to get fixed. And he hung up on me. He hung up on me, bro. Now I'm livid. You know what I'm saying? I grab my bag, go up there. Why the fuck would you hang up on me? Cause you're talking to me crazy. We're not fixing your fucking car, blah, blah, blah. And then he called the dude that told me I could bring it back in 30 days. The dude gonna tell him he didn't say it.
Okay. Businessman. I'm gonna give you some pushback. Businessman, you the businessman. Would you say you had any fault in this process?
Everybody's gonna say paperwork. Fuck the paperwork, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck the paperwork, bro. Don't, because I'm a roast you about it. And you've seen what happened.
Okay, moving past not moving past yet, but past the situation looking forward. Mm-hmm. And given the same scenario, would you say, when they say, okay, yeah, we'll honor 30 days, bring it back if there's something wrong, would you say, nah, write that shit down?
Absolutely would. But I also know not to fuck with them no more also.
And what's the name?
fucking Rad Auto, but we made them change their name to Rad's Auto.
With an S.
RADDDSSS.
RADDDSS.
Yeah, we fucked up everything.
What's the address? Where are they located?
They're on Sawmill Run Boulevard. Or Route 51, like everybody knows. They're on Route 51. As soon as you go past the Liberty Tubes, they're the first one on the left with that big ass building.
Liberty Tubes, 51, first one.
It's the first one on the left. It's the first big car lot on the left. You'll pass the huge car lot on the right.
Towards downtown?
No, going towards Century 3. So you'll come out of the Liberty Tubes and you'll make the loop around to get on Route 51.
Yeah.
Once you get past the light to go up towards Bell's Hoover and shit, you go past that light.
Wait. Which one?
As soon as you come around a bend, you come to the first light where the red, white, and blue used to be. I think.
Oh, you mean way up there?
Yeah. Okay. So you'll pass the first lot on the right.
Okay.
At the light. Then you'll go and you'll come right around the bend and they're the first one on the left.
Okay.
Before you get the little Sunrise and all them little trailer ones.
Yeah.
Horrible, bro. I'll never go back again.
And so this, excuse me, I'd hit you up when you made the song.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when you were talking about it. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring you on here to talk about, like, hey, let's find out the facts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard the song, I can't even remember what it was, but it was something in the hook that was like, oh, bro.
Please don't get your coffee, man.
Yeah,
Cause they gonna sell you some bullshit.
That right there. There was like, oh
bullshit.
my God.
Please don't get your coffee, man.
And all I was singing, I can't remember where, but somebody literally got sued for the same thing. Simply because they made a subjective statement. So like that, they gonna sell you some bullshit that you said, it was something similar because technically it's a subjective statement. Like I could say, I sold you some bullshit because, I don't know, I ain't like how you talk to me. I don't, whatever. But I ain't gonna sell nobody else no bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you take that to a judge, like, hey, they killing all my customers saying I'm gonna sell them some bullshit. I'm not gonna sell nobody else no bullshit. I'm only selling them some bullshit. Like, you can literally get sued for some shit like that. And my whole thing was like, oh, bro, like, you gonna see so much success from this, but the more success you get, the more chance there is.
It's cool.
It's like,
the chance I was gonna take, it's okay. We fucked up some of their business. That's all that I wanted to do.
I dig it.
There's a motherfucker that pulled in a lot when we was in there shooting a music video. We told him to leave. He was like, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
Man. Well,
there's so many people on that post. They sold me some fucked up shit. They did this. They did, bro. I sent you the screenshots.
Yeah.
And we was leaving Google reviews and they was getting them deleted.
Wow.
Yeah. They're horrible.
Wow.
It's all cool. They changed their name right after that, so they did it for a reason.
This is your story. I'm definitely not going to step on this. And I don't know if you've seen, but the podcast gets clipped up and put out like crazy now. So it's going to go a little bit further than what it is.
Yeah,
already,
that's cool. That video was fun. And me and my daughter bonded over it.
Mm-hmm. How's your daughter now?
22.
Damn, nigga, you old.
22. Mad as hell. You know how mad I was that we had to get that car towed from Slippery Rock to fucking fix it? Then I still had to climb up under that motherfucker and fix it?
You know what I want to ask? Did I ask you this already? Like, I know you're going to say because you cheap. The fixing the cars and stuff like that, what was your process to learn?
Just try it.
Like, I mean, was it, like for me, it was like Haynes manuals or working with a homie of mine.
I would get, the only time, honest to God, it was all nuts and bolts to me until I did my transmission. When I did the transmission on my first car, I got the Haynes bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to play with that too much.
Okay, yeah. Did you like take the transmission apart or just remove it and put a new one?
I just removed it and put a new one on her.
Yeah, I would be scared to take a transmission apart.
I don't know if I have the patience to do that shit.
Have you ever taken apart something, and I'm sure you've taken apart plenty of stuff, but something that is so detailed and intricate with small parts and springs?
Yeah, I would never play with a transmission.
Yeah.
I would never ever. I watched someone rebuild one. The amount of plates that motherfucker slid out of it, I ain't got time for that shit.
This plate, and each one is a certain diameter and thickness.
Nobody got time for that, bro. Yeah. I might not even try to rebuild an engine, bro. The first engine I tried to rebuild, that shit blew up on me at Slippery Rock.
It depends. So, like I would never try to rebuild like a twin cam. But
we did a head gasket, and we didn't get this. We didn't get it shaved. We didn't get it shaved.
What was the point?
What do you mean? We didn't know we had to get it shaved until after it blew up. Like what I told you, nuts and bolts. Head gasket blown. We're gonna take the engine apart, put the new head gasket in, and put the shit back on. Drove up there perfect. Ooh, we good. On my way back.
So I'll give you a tip. I rebuilt my boat engine. I mean, it's way smaller than the car engine. But for the heads, cylinder heads, I got a big 3/8 inch thick glass sheet. Mm-hmm. And put sandpaper on it, and
I just seen someone do that on Facebook.
Yeah, and use that, sand your heads down. Yeah, works efficient. Probably would have worked back then.
Probably just buy another engine now.
I mean, if you like, there's for me, there's something therapeutic about building and fixing stuff.
Yeah,
where
see, you go a little bit deeper.
I nerd out. I do.
Yeah, you go a little bit deeper. I just
Yours is just like get it done efficiently, save some money, make it work.
Some things are therapeutic, but I do other things for therapy. Like I'll rebuild the studio. I'll knock a wall down and just build some shit.
How is so I seen the booth when I was there, and I may have asked you this, but I don't remember. Did you do soundproofing or did you just build a room?
It's just a room.
Not like double walls or nothing like that?
Still effective, but
it's not bad.
You go in that booth, it sounds different in that bitch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got panels like these?
The sounds are so dead. It's dead in there.
I need to maybe sell some panels to some local...
It's dead in that booth. It's dead in that booth. And it's dead in my new one, too.
Yeah? Yeah, I seen that. So you got the studio and then... What's the purpose of the studio in the club?
Just so I can do what I want to do with the club.
Like just to have it?
That, and I got tired of people being in my house. So I wanted an outside studio.
I dig it.
Yeah, we invested a decent amount of money, but it didn't really kill our pockets to build the studio. Given the fact that we built it ourselves, and I bartered with my guy, we fixed the plumbing and everything, and all he wanted studio time. Cool, here go a key.
The last thing, I think I've asked you every question on my list. The last thing that I did not ask you yet, your music creating process with you and Chrissy.
If we do something together or separate?
Just in general. For example, if it's just her song or if it's you and her. Because I mean, so just
it's different every time for with her. Usually she likes to sit and marinate. She's a marinator. Like she like to get the beat and listen to the beat a decent amount of times and then come up with what she's going to do on it. But she still does that on like a solo. I don't really help her out too much with music, except for if I'm creating a beat. But
do you produce the songs?
Most of them.
So like you're telling her like, no, say that again and, say that this way.
Sometimes I let her go most of the time. And I'm trying to get her comfortable because she claims that she has a slight speech impediment.
That could be a good thing.
I told her, let the shit, fuck it. You slur a couple words, fucking cares. Oh my fuck.
It's literally what helped 50 Cent to...
Nobody gives a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? But no, Chrissy, I can't say one thing about Chrissy. She's in her element right now.
Yeah.
Like she's a fucking problem, bro. And it's like some of these features she's even been doing on other, it's just like, yo, like she can't be stopped. Like she's scary, especially coming from a female perspective. She's scary, bro. Me, I'm more of like I'm the more of the complex artsy person. Like I want to be as diverse as possible. You can't say I sound like anybody because I don't, but I mix so many different elements into the way I make music that I am inspired by different people. Like Kevin Gates was a big inspiration to me. You know what I'm saying? The way, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like, damn, I like the way he did that on that track. So let me spin it. But it's just like, I'm the type that I'll go to Atlanta, drive to Atlanta and listen to all this different music. And then I'll come back and make a whole album in like 2 days.
You know what? One of my biggest frustrations with artists in Pittsburgh that I see, and maybe this isn't secluded to just Pittsburgh, but just in general, is the recording of multiple songs over time and the older songs are just left. Like, let's say, you know, right now you record a song, you upload it, maybe you shoot a video or whatever, and, you know, it's on Spotify streaming or whatever. And then that's it. You go record the next song, you know, same thing. Where, like, for me, I always looked at it like, if that song got 10,000 views, there's billions of people on the planet that have not heard that song.
I agree.
Just like, I'm thinking for that song, I could focus on that one song over the next 2-3 years, just trying to get more and more people onto that song. So I'm thinking on social media, online, what can I do to get more people to hear that song? And of course, you can judge how good the song is based on, you know, popularity of it. So like if you have 5 songs and you put them on every platform and, you know, you're posting clips and all of this, how good they do, you know, depending on what time of day and all those other metrics.
So many different things that go in that quarter. That shit's so annoying.
But how good they do is going to determine which one the public loves more. So, you know, if you record 20 songs over a year's time and you're promoting and advertising all of them, you know, or maybe 8 months or whatever, at the end of that time, you look at whichever one was the top. You take that one and push that one the same way. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And maybe it's just my Gen Xer way of thinking. It's just kind of like this whole going viral stuff to me. Like, I get it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. But it sucks. It's 2026. I fucking hit most of the streamers is making more money than we are.
True, they are.
A lot of streamers rap too.
True. But see, the problem is, not every case, but a lot of cases, going viral isn't necessarily helpful.
It's not helpful, but depending on the type of person you are, it could be.
Depending on how you
there's a lot of people sort of like my first situation. I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I could have capitalized off it, but I wasn't ready for it. Whereas you have someone that's like me that made going viral in art, and now I'm just going to piggyback off of that because I got you. It's like, once I can go viral, I got you.
Yeah, but do you ever feel like going viral is like selling someone a moment where you'd rather sell them the package of you?
What a lot of people don't understand in 2026, the music, a lot of the shit's built off moments. It's what you do after that moment. So it's like you have to give them a reason to tune in and then give them you. A lot of people don't really, it's hard to get people's attention to show them who you are. But if you get their attention, now they're going to give a fuck about who you are. So
I'm going to give you this. You can take it, you can believe it, follow it, however you want. Use this as a case study. Do you generally watch long form podcasts?
Like this?
Yeah.
I love it.
Are you a follower of Diary of a CEO? So
I'm into like the Shannon Sharps and the Cam Newtons and all them.
I dig it. Diary of a CEO is more business focused.
Which means I need to tune in. But keep going.
Definitely. Well, they're shifting a little bit, but especially like in the beginning, it was mostly business. They started in 2020. They are the top podcast, I believe, in Europe, Britain, whatever. And they are now competing with the Joe Rogan, the whoever else on the top. They have a very specific method, which they release videos saying like how they do it and how they study social media and use their strengths. Yeah. But their whole thing, basically in a nutshell, is not to worry about followers, not to worry about going viral, but to use analytics as a tool to keep feeding the content that people want on a consistent basis.
I agree with that.
Where it's basically finding the sweet spot for everything. So like the sweet date, like time in a day to post, the sweet number of clips to post, the sweet social media page to post, and what type of content do they like on Facebook versus Twitter versus TikTok and Instagram? Once you get all of your sweet spots, drive it hard with the metrics that you know each one needs at what specific time or whatever else, and then focus on the other sweet spots. So like, you know, when the guests come in, the topics they're talking about, so on and so forth. I think if someone takes this paradigm, this idea of how they operate, and pours it into music, that will get them literally to the promised land in 2026 in such a way that right now the world is waiting for.
I agree with you 100%. What did we talk about earlier?
What you mean? Oh, yeah.
That is our issue.
Yeah.
We know what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We just don't apply ourselves to getting it done. It's literally that simple. That's the way your game plan is supposed to be until you get to the viral, because it starts small. Start small.
Well, no, even without the viral, you don't need the viral.
No, fuck that. You're going to go viral eventually. If you apply your method, you going viral will be you breaking the code. So it'll be like you start small, and you keep on building, you keep building, you keep building. You're doing what you just said you keep on doing. Eventually, you'll break that threshold.
How are we defining viral?
When you can continuously hit hundreds of thousands of views on the stuff that you're doing.
Okay. So when I hear viral, I hear one piece of content that gets exponentially large amounts of attention in contrast to all your other stuff.
No, once you keep that consistency, you're viral. And you just get the tag. You know what I'm saying? But once you get that tag, you just keep on boom, boom, boom. It's like, they used to say viral was like 40,000, 50,000. Now they had to up the standard.
I mean, there's kind of a level to it.
There's a level to it.
Yeah.
But it's one of them things where it's just like, you're kind of chasing that because it's people. So if I can continuously get 300,000 people to see my content, then that's 300,000 people. Keeps you in a viral standpoint, but we got to think it's still 300,000 people, and everyone wants a continuous 300,000 people seeing their shit. So it's like you want to be viral because that's more money, more ads, more publicity, more everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I'm trying to build up to, the continuous.
Yeah.
Every video that Drewski drops is doing millions, period.
But he ain't started out like that.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't. But once he cracked the code and he repeated the process, now that's when we're in the next wave.
So I'll share a little bit as far as what I'm doing, my process with this right now. So we drop once a week for long form video every Saturday at 12. Okay. For some time, I sit here and record 2 to 3 interviews per week. And that's outside of my 9-to-5 job and my family time. So I don't have a whole lot of time. And it's literally just me and my partner, Jessica, doing like everything for the podcast, right? So I'm editing these 3-hour-long 4K podcasts that, you know, as I edit, I need to go through color correction, so on and so forth. Takes days to finish everything.
I bet.
We had to stop and kind of slow down the process because I couldn't find a way to clip everything efficiently so that we can release clips every day. And then my job sent me to Louisiana like last week or something like that. During the snow, when we had the snowstorm, just before it hit, I had to fly to Louisiana. So that's the reason why we missed a week, and then that's what created like the blockage for the clips. So the plan right now is like, I don't know, somewhere between 35 and 70 clips per week. Plus, I want to say at least 10, like a minimum of 10 horizontal long form clips. And we're talking about Facebook and YouTube. The reels go on TikTok, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, Threads, Facebook, like pretty much all over. Posts like that consistently, just picking stuff at random. While all that's going on, we doing the research.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at, well, not even we, it's mostly Jessica. Like, she's fucking killing it, but she's looking at all the information and, she's figuring out, calculating, okay, what time? Let's shift our release time to this because this is when we get the most views. Hey, instead of just releasing a video, let's set it to premiere because it's going to bring in way more people. She's doing all the SEO and keywords. So she's finding like the top keywords for every single clip and every single video. And she's filling out the descriptions and typing that full thing up. So every single clip that we put out has like a long ass description on it, keywords and shit like that. All of this stuff that we're doing where we have close to 100 pieces of content every week consistently. The goal for me is, we'll say a year and a half. Like right now, we're pushing towards YouTube monetization, but year and a half, we should be making some decent money, right? So then we have the concept of a clothing line where, I invest in this clothing line. I'm starting to wear the gear. I'm giving guest gear. We're selling clothing to the audience members and stuff like that. Maybe we have another segment where I'm talking about, how we're running the podcast and how it's being successful and some of our ups and downs. And we put that behind a paywall of, what's the one called? I can't think of it right now, but there's like companies that you basically upload your video to and charge people to subscribe. So like there's this whole plan and method of this is how we're going to turn this podcast / business into something monetary. What I want to do or what I feel like would be a magnificent fucking idea is if someone did the same exact thing but in music. And I know you're going to say you agree, but I feel like you are the man to do it if, you get out.
I was already thinking, I got a media room down at the studio too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking all of this shit, bro.
Hey.
You know what you need to do?
What's that?
Hooks. How are you at creating hooks?
I'm retired, so
No, I mean like we can edit this. We can edit this. You won't get us. But as far as like a hook, meaning, right? If you want, you can use this, right? This is what I mean as far as hooks. Yo, you really gonna answer me that fucking question? And you can use that as your bait. So that people.
Okay, so there's a reason why I don't. So creating a cutback point for the hooks. So we're gonna cut back in here. This nigga just scared the shit out of me. So the reason why I don't want to do too much of that, we'll say the troll aspect, the branding of it, I want it to be extremely authentic. And my demographic is not the younger generation that's going to pay the most attention to that.
I feel you, but I feel like any demographic will probably pay attention to you, and it can still be authentic depending on what the subject is. You know what I'm saying? I could have did that when you asked me about Spam and Rhino. You see what I'm saying? So there's still instances that you can create that can create a clip because that's where everybody's catching. Did you watch Ray J's interview?
No.
With Cam Newton?
No.
Watch it.
Wait. I think I might have seen part of it.
Watch the whole thing.
The part of it that I seen, he was kind of reminding me of old dude from the That's So Raven show, like just kind of saying weird shit.
Watch the whole thing. You will learn a lot. Because he's mastered it. He mastered it.
Yeah, I don't... And this... Hold on.
You don't have to go his route, but he mastered it. Because he turned it into a science.
If I can figure out how to be my authentic, genuine self without clickbaiting.
It's not but don't think about it about you. Think about it as your person coming in.
What you mean? Oh, so this is another thing. This podcast isn't about selling a podcast or the person I'm interviewing. This podcast is about selling me, which is why I tell my story. So one of the main things that I need to be able to do in this podcast is have conversations with local people that need exposure, that won't help me to grow, that the audience may or may not be as entertained by.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to be able to talk to, some woman that's getting her business started and sit at the table and we have a conversation. Conversations like that, once we hit, I don't know, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, is not going to take me from 10,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, in order to scale those numbers, like to scale up to the millions, like Mr. Beast range, it has to be all about my guests. Or I need to be, a super fucking megastar.
Yeah. I think you should figure out a way to balance because at the end of the day, I respect that. I don't mind coming in here for you. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, me and you can have an understanding to whereas on the business side of it, how can we sell this shit?
Well, no. Maybe I said that wrong. So the podcast itself, the brand of the podcast is me. So people are buying into me. Yeah. But what they're buying is me having conversations with these people. So think of it like the Johnny Carson show. Yeah. Or Steve Harvey show. When you turn on the Steve Harvey show, it's because you like Steve Harvey.
Absolutely.
Now, Steve Harvey might be interviewing 50 Cent. Yeah. 50 Cent is dope as shit. I like 50 Cent. I want to hear what 50 Cent got to say. So if I'm a 50 Cent fan, I'll tune in. But if I'm just a Steve Harvey fan, I'm probably going to watch every episode of Steve Harvey, whether it's 50 Cent or some lady down the street. And that's what it is where, why it's called the Kalaj Name Podcast instead of some other name, because we're curating that audience of Kalaj Dame fans. Yes. You know what I mean? Where I bring you in, your fans going to love it, my fans going to love it, but then I bring the next person in and everybody's like, who the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? And running like that, the difficulty, again, is I can't scale it. I can't scale interviewing people from Pittsburgh trying to hit millions of views. Yeah. Unless there's something viral, unless there's something shocking, unless there's a hook. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there's really not much entertaining. Like there's no strippers here or half naked chicks. You know what I mean? So,
but there's a lot of people that enjoy podcasts. So one of the things that you should be working on is what about me can people love, but I can still be myself when presenting it and coming up with a hook to somehow still get people to see who you are. So just like I said, okay, say you clip that, right? Say I'd smack the table and like, why would you even ask me that question? You looked at me like, you know what I'm saying? You might do that in real life if someone did that in real life.
See, and that gives me the same feeling as like posting on social media. Yeah. I don't like it.
We ain't supposed to like it. No. But at the end of the day, we are here to get to the destination we are trying to get to. Now, so I don't believe in doing shit you wouldn't normally do to get. I'm not a fan of that, just like you're not. But if there's something that I can do that I would normally do, whether it's a podcast or not, that can gain attention and potentially put more eyes on me, then what's wrong with that?
I think that's where you and I differ, mostly because I hit a point in my life where everything that I have, everything that, I'm doing, I'm completely content. Well, we'll say 90% content with, where I look at my house now and I'm blessed to have it. Every night I go on Redfin and I look up $500,000, $1 million, $4 million houses. And I'm like drooling over them. Like, I have a goal. I want to get a house like this. Yeah. Where that's literally the goal for me, is just to get a dope ass house. Like if somebody gave me a house right now that was a $4 million house, money, like how much money this makes probably wouldn't be as serious. It's more so like I don't need to be rich. And I'm damn near content where I'm at right now. I won't say that I'm the most excited about being an employee. Like there's some things about it that I don't like, but I'm not dissatisfied with it. Like I'm not, it's not like I'm 100%, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. But it's not below 50% to where it's like, I don't want to. You know what I mean?
And that goes back to our conversation that we talked about earlier. I feel like I like what you're doing. It's one of the reasons why, I hit you up again to remind you about the interview and shit. Mm-hmm. I fuck with what you're doing. I feel like it could be something great. Mm-hmm. I really feel like it could be something great. So why not? Let's
Yeah. So 100%. Like I said, I giving you the plan and everything that we're doing. It's 100% going to be great, but it's more like it's going to be great within the parameters of I'm not about to be shucking and jiving. In today's concept of shucking and jiving, whatever that means for a 44 going on 45-year-old man in 2026, like the nigga, I don't know if I could do that. If it feels forced to me,
No, that's why it's like one of the things, characters. You could have got, there's millions of different ways that you could have got the same thing out of Tony Pittsburgh. Or there's ways you can get a reaction out of Jeff Cobbs. There's ways you can get reactions, but your cast is supposed to assist you on that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm thankful to be on your platform. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, I'm here to tell my story and I'm here to listen to what you're asking me and what you're telling me. But I'm also here to help your platform. So whatever I can do to help you and help these numbers and help the world see what the fuck you're trying to do, as long as it's in the parameters of us, why not play with it?
I agree. The way that you articulated that specifically is actually so like Diary of a CEO. Yeah. They talk about how the cast get together and they buy the interviewer's favorite foods and they got
it could be something as simple as that. I watch it every day with the baddies. Yeah. There's a million bitches that want to get on stage with the baddies, but as soon as they present a gift, what are they? Up on stage in VIP. Yeah. It's just little simple shit like that. Like I would be the person that would come in here and do that.
Right.
However you react to that is however you react. Yeah, but you never know. What if you did react a certain way and the fans be like, yo, the way he reacted to his facial expression when he did that, boom. So now you might be known for the facial expressions. Yeah. So every time somebody come in here and do something small as your facial, you never know what could catch and what people fucking love. That's just that bitch went on a dude show and said, catch me outside.
So I agree. I agree. And I feel like maybe at some point it'll come to me. That's definitely a thing. Mm-hmm. I just don't want a gimmick.
I understand that. I understand not wanting a gimmick. That's why I try to say it in terms of it still being us. It's like a gimmick. I feel like there's levels to gimmicks. That they do. I went on there with a gimmick. I'm still a nerdy ass motherfucker. And I wear suspenders every once in a while when I got out. And them glasses I had on was prescribed.
So yes. Like me, Kalaj Dame, the rapper, technically was a gimmick.
Okay.
Like I'm a nerd for real. Yes, I spent a lot of time like in the streets. I had time like sold drugs as a kid and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot, like I put more emphasis on it, on it. Where if you listen to Kalaj Dame's albums, for the most part, you're like, damn, like this is a thug dude. Like he in the hood doing this stuff every day. That was a gimmick to me. This is more the alternative to that where I'm saying I don't want any gimmick or to portray something. Like I literally want to be here. Matter of fact, this is how it started. It started because I want to come on here and I want to have conversations with my friends where literally Samaj, Samaj Rega, hit him up. That's bro. Hit him up like, bro, can I use your living room? Because I had already tried to start a podcast before that. Yeah. It's like, can I use your dining room and just interview people on camera? He's like, cool. And I started bringing people through and sat there, interviewed. Matter of fact, I interviewed his girlfriend first. Mm-hmm. She's a therapist, sex therapist. And then I interviewed Jessica, my partner. Mm-hmm. And I sat down and was like, look, I'm a nerd. I like to learn. I just want to hear interesting shit. I like to have like one-on-one conversations. Let's just talk. Mm-hmm. And we had conversations on camera. And then Jessica is actually the one that talked me into turning it more into a business. Mm-hmm. But that's literally all I want is to be myself. Like, how can I be myself where it's like, we could turn this into some money without me forcing it into a production or a show or, you know what I mean?
I feel where you're coming from. I feel like production isn't bad, but I feel like you can still be yourself and still get your point across. Mm-hmm. Meaning there's aspects of yourself that people can love. You just got to figure out what it is. Mm. And the people that you interview are supposed to bring that out of you.
And I agree.
It's just like the Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton interview.
Yeah.
The reactions that he was having and most of the shit she was saying, it was like, but she brung that out of him.
Yeah,
you know
I agree.
So it's like...
That's like stuff that'll come out, we expect and hope that'll come out naturally. So the more interviews I do, the more I learn and watch back, and the more we
I agree with it, because you gotta get into it because I know I did a couple interviews, but my interviews was already set on like, my first podcast, I was gonna name it 10 Minutes of Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yeah, I'm eating food the whole time I'm interviewing you, and it's just like doing wild. But that's me though. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm the wild one for real. Like I can get crazy when I'm in my element, but it's one of them things where it's just like, there's certain ways to bring people in and still give them you.
Yeah.
It's just nowadays, it's like one of them things is for some reason it's needed. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was back. I wish I started making music back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Boy, if I started making music back then, I started at the wrong time.
It was way different back then.
So now I'm like caught up in trying to reverse time. So now I got to keep up with my health, keep up with my look and all that shit, which is working. I can still do backflips and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all cool. But it's like, it's a different day and age. And I kid you not, I watched Ray J's interview, and it's like, I know Ray J is who he is, but he's mastered the art of being like, look, if I want 1 million views in 5 minutes, I can make that shit happen, and I'm going to make all this money. And then I'm going to look at the analytics and see when everybody clicked and what everybody did at the specific time, and I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to put it on the calendar, and I'm going to put it on the scale, and I'm going to put it on, then I'm going to make my next shit.
Yeah. Like,
that's when you're really getting into it. Like if I get into it like you, I'm not like I want to turn this shit into a science. Like I would love to do what Ray J did with podcasting and his viral moments and put it into music. Mm. So that's what I'm trying to figure out at this moment. So it's like I'm going back and forth thinking about the clips I want to do. I'm about to do this hard ass shit when I go down to the club, probably like tomorrow or Thursday. Start experimenting with different things, trying to do things a little bit unorthodox, a little bit different because it's easy. There's people that get 20,000 likes and they'll stand in front of a fence and just rap their song. Mm-hmm. 20,000 likes. So now I'm in my head, like, how can we take that being regular and add some extra oomph into it and it not be me acting like a total fool? Because I don't want to have to slap my mom on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to do any of that type of shit.
It's contrast, bro.
Yeah.
Contrast is always where you get your shock value.
Yeah.
Where you be the fish sandwich in an ice cream store, basically.
Exactly. I see your vision, brother.
I appreciate it, man. That is pretty much our time. Hopefully we got to cover everything relevant.
We covered all the important shit.
I dig it. I definitely appreciate you coming, man. This is a dope-ass interview.
No problem, bro. Sometimes it's just good to chop it up.
I dig it. Well, y'all know what it is. It's your man, Tsunami Fly, Troy Mitchell. Fly Guy, we're gonna throw Fly Guy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Hey, this is my play cousin for real. All right, y'all. We see you next week. All right.
Late nights, real talks, turn the noise down. Welcome to Kalaj Day. City lights, long days, heavy on the mind. On the mind. Everybody talking, but they never take the time. Truth in my chest, I don't sugarcoat pain. If you sitting at the table, you gotta show your face. time. If you listen close, you might change your mind. We don't argue just to win debates. We just shine a light where they hide the grave. It's the Kalaj Day podcast, where the real don't gotta broadcast. Every truth gotta pass. Every voice gotta lane. It's the Kalaj Day podcast. Pull a seat, let the walls crack. If you ever felt unseen, you gon' feel your name. Yeah. From the block to the boardroom, same questions asked. Why we build so fast, we never heal the past. I don't play judge, I don't play your role. I just let you talk while the story unfolds. Bridging gaps, they pretend they there. Men and women trying to meet halfway, no filter. But respect stay intact. If it hit too close, that's a personal